That gives me fear of like remember one of my first ever buzzes, Gabby, like first or second, or maybe it was like my first, and my computer died, so I thought to join from my phone, and then out loud it was just like recording in progress, like in the middle of the show. I was like, it was like my first ever buzz, and I was like, it was so embarrassing. Recording in progress. I was like,
I'm the Grinch, and this is the new.
Chi. And we are live here.
We have an exciting show lined up for you today. I mean, we have a cast of characters ranging from amazing people, and then there's, Lara's here. Just kidding.
Hey.
It's
okay, you're right.
We have a great program lined up. We have a super show for the next 3 hours as I eventually get back onto the Zoom. Hey, we're live streaming.
What a time to be live very quickly.
What a time.
I'm joined by Cam
Yeah.
in the actual studio, Lara, JT,
Sup?
and then in the shadow realm where souls die, apparently, we have Amanda, Gabby,
Whoa.
Victor, I think.
I'm the Grinch.
And then we also have Jake in there.
What's
Okay.
I just
I mean, the world has been electric. I mean, we've covered a lot of things over the past few months here on the Morning Buzz, but only one person can fill us in on what's going on today. Victor, good Lord, take off the mask. You look terrible today.
He looks great.
No, you look honestly.
He's
you
a
look
mean
busted.
one.
You look very busted, Victor.
Mr. Grinch.
Did you say Vic looks better with the mask on? That's rude.
Wow, who said that? Lara, why are you saying that?
I said you look great.
You don't need makeup, Victor.
You look stunning.
Victor, you might have got to talk a little bit closer into that mic.
Woo, woo.
Or did you turn his mic on though?
All the
Is
mics-
his mic even on?
Mics are on.
all the mics are on.
Oh,
Victor, go.
There we
You sit on a throne of lies.
How can you hear me? Okay.
Uh,
In local news, the New Jersey City's university is laying off 30 professors and eliminating 37% of their academic programs to cut down 12 million on their expenses. In national news, the House passed a bill to decolonize Puerto Rico by holding a referendum where Puerto Ricans will choose between statehood, independence, and free association. In international news, Peru judge orders 18-month detention for former President Pedro Castillo after he tried to dissolve the Congress before an impeachment vote. In entertainment news, comedian Trevor Noah is going to host the Grammy Awards ceremony for a third time in a row. The weather today, what's the weather today? I have to put that on my, okay. So the weather for today is gonna be rainy, so wear your
Yeah.
boots. Right now it's 43 degrees with a high of 44 and a low of 37. For WMSC, I am Victor Muñiz Rosa. Nos vemos.
Wow, Victor, that was amazing. I feel like I
Nos
learned so
vemos.
much despite budget cuts. So we had to cut your mic down volume a little bit. So sorry about it, Victor.
We're
Nobody cares what you have to say this
We
morning.
just couldn't afford. We just couldn't afford how exposed the show is going to be. So we had to cut back. Something.
Thanks for that, Jonathan.
That's
The board is gonna break again
all
if
right.
we raise it.
Cam, we've been on this journey for quite some time, man. It's been like 2 years straight.
Is that how we started?
Yeah, we started together. And you have 3 attempts to do one final time. So
Ah.
for the first one final time, Cam, give us the sport.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Cam, and this is your 2-minute warning or more. Thursday Night Football. Brock Purdy did the thing, throwing for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns to George Kittle. Christian McCaffrey rushed for 108 yards and a touchdown. Seattle started on a comeback surge, but never got a chance to get the ball back. Then I was ran the clock all the way to an NFC division title, the NFC West division title, becoming the second team to qualify for the playoffs this season. And they have a guaranteed home game. The other 12 will be determined in the next few weeks. Niners win it 21-13. We take it to the association for the next few game recaps. First, we head to Salt Lake City for the matchup between the Pelicans and the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson had an impressive night, grabbing 8 boards and scoring 39 points, including the one that put the Jazz up for good in overtime. Utah wins it 132-129. Down in H-Town is where we go for this next one. Tyler Hero and the Miami boys took on the Rockets, and boy, did he bring the heat. Hero with a career high 41 points, including 30 points from beyond the arc. Yes, Tyler Hero hit 10 threes, which is a Heat franchise record, by the way. And to top it all off, Miami won 111-108. Home of the Blues will we go for this interconference matchup between the Grizzlies and the Bucks. John Moran dominated in this matchup, recording his 7th triple-double, the most in Memphis and Vancouver Grizzlies history. The Grizz won it by 41 points. In the City Angels, the Clippers hosted the declining Suns. The Clippers dominated their last 3 matchups. The Suns lost the last 5. Easy win for LA, right? Well, Mikal Bridges had other plans, scoring 27 points, and Chris Paul dropping a casual 13-assist double-double. A mix of those two, plus forcing the Clippers to shoot under 40% from the field. According to that math, that equals 111-95 Suns victory. We're going to take it to the ice. Isaiah, can I get some rocks on this one? Can I get some on the rocks? We got Metro Division hockey right here. First, the Rangers hosted the Maple Leafs at MSG. Igor Shesterkin had a masterclass in goals, running only 1 goal and 23 shots. Jimmy Vesey and Philippe Chaitel found the back of the net 3 times to give the Rangers a 3-1 victory. Chris Letang played in his 3rd game since his stroke on November 28th. He had 2 points. Jake Gensel scored twice, and Evgeny Malkin had 2 points. Though his goal that he scored caused some discomfort to his knee, nonetheless, the Penguins win it 4-2. Carolina hosted the Kraken. I bet you're wondering, how do Kraken fare in hurricanes? Well, it appeared last night they seemed to drown. Stefan Nason, Derek Stepan, and Andre, I've been trying to say this name all night, Shevnovic, all scored and put it on Seattle. A Seattle comeback was brewing, but they ran out of time. Funny thing is, that happened the same thing in football last night. Carolina wins it 3-2. And if you're a Rangers, Hurricane, or Penguins fan, last night was great. Your teams won, sitting chilling. If you're a Devils fan, yikes, that division lead is not too significant anymore. The Flyers came to the Rock last night, and besides the Jack Hughes goal, Carter Hart was the anchor for Philly. 48 of 49 shots were held up by Hart. Scott Layton and Travis Kanisi were able to hold the score on the other end. The Flyers won it 2-1. Might have a little bit extra time, but I'll be back. So yeah, vibes. Isaiah, take it away.
Wow, that was an electric time to be alive in the sports world. Hey
Yes,
man,
so many recaps.
so many
Wait,
recaps.
wait.
A lot of games going on. Hey, at least no one jumped somebody or anything.
Yeah.
Just some good old games. Love to see it. You'll love to see
I
it.
actually like a little violence with my games. I don't know.
Yeah.
To watch hockey. Don't
Yeah,
you?
watch a little bit of hockey. I for one actually like to enjoy life, so I probably won't watch anything relating to hockey.
Respectable.
We have some breaking news, apparently. Just in this morning, according to ABC News, a new wave of Russian missile attacks hit the capital of Kyiv and the wider country of Ukraine after air raid sirens sounded in several cities, with Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko later confirming that the explosion had been heard in at least 2 areas in the capital. The morning volley of rockets attacks came after the EU approved new sanctions against Russia yesterday, and there's also news that the US was due to expand combat training for Ukrainian troops. T's and P's to what's going on over there. It's been an absolute disaster, as we've covered it since the beginning. And hopefully we see an end result to that at some point. But now we're going to transition into some more regional news, as guys, the weather's been pretty rough here. Huh? My drive here, I got into the car, sipped a couple sips of my coffee, and realized, good Lord, I need to do a little bit of praying and put on my DJ Khaled and see what happens. God certainly did. This morning, guys, we woke up to weather, a winter
Rain.
We always
rain, a little bit of snow,
away.
Little bit of a slush.
don't we look at the weather every single day though?
huh?
We look at the weather every single day.
Nobody
Well,
asked you.
You know what, my Cam, just go ahead and put your headset on the table, leave the building, and never come back.
Okay, well,
Just kidding. So a
Wow.
winter nor'easter moved through the tri-state area with a mix of rain and snow in some parts last night, and could last until tomorrow. Ugh.
yikes.
No, remember when it was like 60 degrees? While areas
Yeah, take
in
us
and
back.
around New York City saw mostly rain, several inches of snow were seen during the West Milford, New Jersey. Ew, that place sounds terrible. Where
It
dreams
is.
die. So about 30 trucks were out salting and plowing throughout Passaic County town. However, roads were in decent shape after snow came down heavy in the morning and dropped a few inches. It slowed down, giving the plows and salters a chance to catch up. That was better than the 3-1 comeback from 2016. What a time to be alive. That's a long time ago. So storm conditions are expected to continue overnight into midday today before tempering showers at night. Crews in West Milford say they're hoping for the best, but are prepared for the worst. I gotta say, yesterday I got home from school because I'm trying to, continue my education, graduate this year. Driving home, everything was fine. I was coming down a little bit. Then, I had to chill for a little bit, had an hour in between. I had to go to work, went to work. That snow was coming down hard, man. And not for nothing, 2005 Honda Civic, not built for this kind of weather.
Hey, old car gang.
But Jessica came through in the clutch, fate of the universe on the line, got to work, got home, and got here today, guys. So if you learned anything, you can get through life as long as you have a Honda. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sponsored at all. But more interestingly, you guys, a lot of you live on campus, so I'm sure I'd like to hear your guys' perspective of this weather storm. What was it like for you guys?
Terrible.
Go first.
So I had to work as a crossing guard yesterday, so it was not fun. Gabby stopped-
Shout out Victor for crossing me across the street.
Victor, make sure we don't
Indispensable
die.
public service.
Yeah, but I almost died because it was wet and cold, and I was like, this is not worth it, and I left.
Base.
Rich quick.
I would have done the same thing.
Your phone is disconnected.
After an hour, I was like, this is not worth it.
All right, y'all figure it out.
It's true. He told me he was gonna leave.
Victor said don't die. Good
That's
luck.
valid. That's valid. I-
Victor said y'all on your own.
Yo,
Yeah.
big metal things, stay away from the small, soft people.
Yeah,
Like,
clearly.
yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? You don't need me. And I went to
Actually, the way
Chili's.
people drive at this campus, we do need you, Victor, because
You realize
We do. It's okay. There were people literally crossing the street without him.
You know who almost was gonna start working, everybody? The Senate. So, Jake, you are a Senate expert, regional Senate expert. Everything about the Senate, Jake knows.
Yes,
Jake,
the
take it
regional federal Senate. Yes, so the Senate is at work. The Congress bought itself, there's just one. Congress bought itself sometime last night when the Senate approved a 1-week stopgap spending measure. The deadline to avoid a partial government shutdown was actually today. Now lawmakers have more time to iron out details on a much larger spending package. The Senate's vote on continuing the resolution follows the House's on Wednesday's night. The bill now goes to President Biden. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are still working to get what they want into an omnibus package that addresses the nation's spending through September 2023. The Senate also voted to approve the annual defense policy bill, sending the $858 billion legislation to President Biden for his signature, but it remains unclear how many of the new initiative it contains will be funded. The bill, which passed by a vote of 83-11, directs how federal dollars can be spent on the Pentagon, the U.S. military, and related programs. This year, it included an expansion of funds for helping Ukraine fight off a protracted Russian invasion, a new program to supply Taiwan with unprecedented levels of security assistance, a pay raise for service members, and measures to address rising costs due to inflation.
Well, Jake, I appreciate that. But this is, yet again, to me, what I got from this story is a lot of frustration because, yet again, our country likes to fund military-related programs. I'm not too much of a fan.
I was
of that.
waiting for that.
It had to come out at some point. But it's just like the fact that once again, we're
different.
willing to supply all these
Yeah.
countries weapons, and I understand that these countries need to defend themselves against greater enemies. I understand that. I appreciate it, and I see why we're spending money. But the fact that they're so easily giving these people money, meanwhile, you have so many homeless people problems here. You got people that can't afford a further education. I mean, this country barely wants to consider Puerto Rican citizens. I mean, it's an absolute mess. But we can absolutely send you billions of dollars, Ukraine and Taiwan, to go shoot missiles at your enemies. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Yeah,
And it's a tale
So,
as old as time.
I gotta say, I do agree that there's definitely like this has been something that people have that progressives have been saying forever, right? That the military spending is just like it's just insane, right?
It's wild.
And I think for me, like where I have to disagree with you, Isaiah, is I wouldn't exactly tie that into the causes in Ukraine. in Taiwan. Just because like that's gonna be a thing anyway, and I think that needs to deal with it. If it takes a lot of money to deal with that, that's worth dealing with. But I think like even like it was also happening before that, right? Like it's not like we're deciding to spend a bunch of money on the military because these things are happening. It's been a trend going on since the Reagan era.
Yeah, that's
So,
Jake, that's
right.
There's also a common ground here where it's like, America's got more money than I'll ever even be able to imagine because your boy be poor.
No,
And it's
but
also a state. Like that's how it works.
America is still in debt.
Yeah, well,
Severely.
We have to remember that America's still in debt. So
Why?
where's this money coming from? It's
Exactly.
great that we're helping them, and I'm glad that we are. But then again, where is the money coming from?
Exactly. So there's like a common ground where it's like we're still in debt. We still have millions of Americans, some of us included, that struggle financially, while we might not be as unfortunate as those who do not have a place to call home, or as unfortunate as those who might not even have enough money to put food on the table. We have millions of Americans that are struggling. Again, reiterating Laura's point, we are in debt. Yet our biggest fund that we still send
It's military.
incessant amount of money to is military, which
I think
boggles my mind because we personally have not been at war for a while. And I don't know. I think the billions of hold on. I think the billions of dollars that we spend on war yearly, I think at this point, all these years we've been spending billions of dollars on war, we should be good, at least for a little bit. So some of that money can go to maybe getting us out of I can look it up now, but the $1 trillion debt we were at the last time I looked.
Trillion, I think.
$3 trillion?
We're acting like the world police. We've had the world police identity since literally Teddy Roosevelt was going on.
But we are the last people.
Oh, I'm well aware.
And
But as a world superpower, we have to not only look out for Teddy Roosevelt said it's basically our right to look out for the little ones.
just to give you guys some numbers, as of November of this year, it costs 103 billion to maintain the debt, and the actual debt we have over 21 trillion,
Yeah,
and
it's
that was
running.
back in 2020.
And it's running.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
running.
Oh yeah, the number is going up daily
No, by the second.
because we keep spending money.
Yes, sir. Now, Victor, you are on your way back to Puerto Rico, and they have been in the news. They were trending worldwide yesterday. So please tell us why that is.
House approves referendum to decolonize Puerto Rico. The U.S. House passed a bill yesterday that would allow Puerto Ricans to hold their first ever binding referendum. This is for whether to become a state of the United States or gain some sort of independence in a last-ditch effort that stands little chance of passing the Senate. Ooh, I got two mics. Ooh, okay. The bill, which passed 233 and 191 with some Republican support, would offer votes in the U.S. territory with three options: statehood, independence, or independence with free association. The proposal would commit Congress to accept Puerto Rico in the United States as the 51st state if votes on the island are approved. Voters also could choose outright independence or independence with free association, whose terms will be defined following negotiations over foreign affairs, U.S. citizenship, and the use of the U.S. dollar. This been going on for 100 years plus. So I don't know what's going to happen. Like, this passed in the House, but is it going to pass in the Senate? Is it going to be signed by the governor? No. By the president? We don't know. Like, this has happened all the time. So this might not go anywhere. So we'll see what happens.
Because you never know, because you gotta think, to have the Republican support for something like this is that's just
Was it still a support if like 100 people were
I'm
against
I'm
it?
just saying, like, you have some. I understand that you're gonna have most of the Democrats on your side, but you have the support of some of the Republicans coming in your way. You got to think right there that kind of opens up their mind for some change is gonna happen, some major things are gonna happen.
You know what I relate this to, Cam? And I'm kind of glad you brought it up. And it was the fact of the student debt relief thing. It was
Yeah.
approved, right? Everyone was so happy. The whole time I was like, I'm not gonna believe it until it actually
happens.
happens, until the check hits.
And it never did, because that is what the government does. They'll promise this, it looks hopeful.
Yeah.
And they will underdeliver. That seems to be the common theme here. And like Victor said, this is not just a brand new idea. This is 100 years in the making. Meanwhile, the United States will recognize the Cook Islands as its own sovereign country.
The United States literally
I
had
mean, it's a mess.
the United States literally picked up Hawaii within the last 70 years. What do you think about it?
You think it was in a trade? I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Come on.
Come on, Zay.
read first in a second for
Yeah,
Hawaii.
for Hawaii. Love it. Hey guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We have a beautiful song to play.
Isaiah's gonna play his favorite
It's
song.
something that me and JT have been saying on the Thursday Buzz pretty much since the beginning.
Actually,
that's-
you've been saying it since
I can't stop saying it, man.
you
You
take
know who else can't
every
stop saying it?
opportunity.
God did. That wasn't a good transition. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Appreciate Jay-Z and the gospel Shout out to God, I guess.
We can give Jay-Z the 16 verse that he signed up to do instead of the 4 verse he ended up with.
Wow.
I mean, that's a long song. I know some of you
God
probably
did on it,
aren't
dude.
too familiar with that song. That is an 8-minute song. And when I first listened to it, I didn't notice it was 8 minutes, but boy, did I notice it the second time. But
I was like, this is. I was like,
No tea, no shade, but Metallica does the 8 minutes better.
hold on,
I agree.
hold on a second. Hold on, Lara.
Jay-Z
Honest-
cheated on Beyonce. We don't stand.
That is very true.
That is
Yo,
true.
that's a power move.
Who
because
cheats on Beyonce?
Beyonce stayed.
A loser cheats on
Beyonce
Beyonce.
stayed.
They stuck
She
around.
did.
I mean, Jay-Z's got. Hey, I don't want to get too much into it, but
You know who
Jay-Z
else?
got
stayed?
that?
No, I'm not
got
gonna
the
do that.
magic.
Sorry. It's over.
Come on, God, dude. All right. Lara, we have some things because what is everyone's favorite topic to discuss at
Christmas.
7:25, December 16th, 2022?
Christmas.
Port Authority.
Yay, my
Uh,
best.
Oh, I've been there.
So Port Authority approves toll hikes as a part of budget. So toll hikes at Port Authority, New York and New Jersey crossing next year are officially official. The board approves the increases, which are triggered by an index based on inflation and as a part of 2023's budget as of yesterday's meeting. The agency sought the toll increase in November, but the board's action solidified those plans. Just a very important PSA for those of you who pay tolls, that like most of us do. The tolls will increase on January 8th of 2023. Let me say that again for you. The tolls will increase on January 8th of 2023.
That's a Sunday, by the way.
Yeah. They did it on God's day, guys. I can't believe it.
God did.
God didn't.
But-
God didn't.
But the bi-state agency received 14 comments related to toll hikes, but Chief Financial Officer Libby McCarthy said it did not make any changes to the budget first proposed in November. He said, quote, taken as a whole, the proposed budget was developed to take into consideration the activity recovery across of all of our facilities, inflation, and the challenging economic environment that we're in. Based on that, we are not recommending any changes to the proposed budget.
That's crazy.
So that
Why are tolls so expensive anyway?
I don't understand
Budget
it,
cuts.
bro.
Because
they
it has
want
to
our
do
money.
with them needing money for the roadways to like do like construction and all to them. So like
No,
you know how like
Not
they're always
so.
doing construction
But,
like all
and
over
nothing
for
ever
three.
gets done.
Yeah, the tolls pay for that.
Should we just
That's very
invest in
true.
horses at this point?
My beef with that is my same beef with the parking on campus. Of
Don't
their
even get me started.
justification.
JT, do not get
The
me
way that
started.
you can't even get on to campus
But they
from-
somehow justify
from three
$400.
for like 3 different ways. It's
Exactly,
crazy.
but they somehow justify $50 parking tickets
Yeah.
and $400 parking passes.
dude, that's why I
Glad you
don't have my
mentioned
car on campus.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we're gonna mention our little old friends William Patterson because I heard that their parking pass is only $30.
Bro, we're one of these.
I'm sorry, what?
schools.
That's the
Yeah,
front
you
ticket.
heard that.
Look,
I work with somebody who goes to William Patterson, and I was complaining about my parking ticket that I went to my car to that day, and he goes, "You guys have to pay for parking," and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Pause. Because the way that I obviously am not a Willie P stan, but the way
Same.
that I could really go
right
for
there.
not having to pay that much money for parking.
God, just don't have a car. Like
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
I'm saying.
fair.
It's rough out here.
The car, Victor.
Listen, I've been doing it for the past 2 years. My car's at my house, and I just refuse
No.
to pay $400.
It's so much better when I can drive
To be
places.
fair.
No, I do not. I live an hour away in the middle of nowhere.
She lives an hour away.
I just got my license this past August, and sometimes I
About
regret it.
time.
But
Really?
yeah, sometimes I
So-
do regret it.
For those who know me, yeah,
your name?
me personally. Hi, Lara Zaccardi. Nice to meet you. But
Queen.
for those of you who know me personally, you know that I have a wall of parking tickets.
I would know because it's in my
Yes.
apartment.
Well,
I
wait,
have-
hold on,
I
hold on.
donated like 7 of them.
Hold, everyone relax for a second.
No, they're
How-
everybody's
how-
parking
how-
tickets.
Wall. I get
She's
one or
collecting
two.
them.
donate them to me, and I put them.
Oh,
on my
okay.
wall.
I thought you in particular. were
No,
one
it
of
has
the
like
towns. Because
a
at some
few on
point
there.
you can't be blaming parking people. That's on you.
Isaiah,
It gets
And
very.
that's what I want to get to.
I-
That's
This
what I was supposed to say
right
to Cam.
here, Cam's collected, I think, the world
I
record.
have
of parking
30.
tickets.
I have 30 tickets under my name.
There's
already.
no way
I'm not.
that your car has not gotten towed yet.
I'm surprised too.
Did you get boot yet?
Nope.
Have you paid
You're
them?
supposed to get the boot after like 10.
Well, here's the thing. I'm that guy. I got W Ridge. What are you talking about?
Good.
No, Cam makes
All right,
me
Cam, I
mad.
really don't believe that one.
No, Cam makes me mad. I have 3 in a span of a month because they get me at the worst possible times. I'm talking, I park my car outside to change for work. I come out to a ticket. Meanwhile, Cam will park his
I
car
only park at the village.
everywhere
How?
on campus. Like he has literally driven me and parked in faculty lots. He goes, I won't get a ticket.
How
Never
is
get a
it
ticket.
to
It's the
me?
confidence going into it. I
He
think.
does always get a ticket though. That's why he's
Oh.
got 32 tickets under his name.
I literally started getting tickets literally back in when I started getting tickets. I don't remember. That's beside the point.
Yeah, because you have too many.
Silence, you.
And then Laura gets this little burst of excitement every time you give her a
So
ticket.
the point of collecting them is
Don't
that
tell your master plan yet. Don't tell your master plan.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can just tell you the whole point right here, right now.
Oh, we know.
No, the suspense is killing me.
Yeah,
I want to
but-
hear it.
Yeah, no. No.
That's a lot of buildup. We gotta know.
The people must know. So my whole point of collecting them is that how Montclair State. Listen, love going
This is
here.
not the whole
great
point, by the
school,
way.
but it's not the whole point. But it's like a
She
part of
just
it.
likes to put random decorations on her wall.
That's very true. But a small part of it is just to prove how absolutely ridiculous parking services
Just
here.
for a point.
No, it's actually to prove a point because parking services here is absolutely ridiculous. And they will
Yeah.
get you for every little thing, and they will
Yeah.
get you for every last dollar.
Yeah, they're
And I
terrorists.
don't think that's kind of cool. So my
Yeah.
point is how many tickets people get.
Listen,
I went to
true.
pick up a friend from a
Hold on,
party
hold
at
on.
3 a.m. and I saw them patrolling.
I
Oh,
think
listen.
Yeah.
I literally was up. Going
sorry.
to Wawa and I see them just pull. I'm like, what is
We-
going
I
on?
think they have bigger fish to fry, and I think they have enough of my money. Thank you.
The way that
We
I'm
need an
thinking
honest
about
dialogue for a second because Lara, I see you from time to time. We work together and
It's been a pleasure.
it's been a pleasure. And one thing I've noticed is that you collect an absurd amount of things. And I'm starting to get worried that perhaps you're a hoarder.
I could maybe
You're
possibly agree with
collecting
that.
signs, you're collecting parking.
Hey,
tickets.
Leave her
Don't
alone.
call her out
I-
on
I mean-
WMSC, dude.
Yeah, I think you need to do a nice little Marie Kondo sesh and then see what brings you happiness.
Does this parking ticket bring me joy?
Does
Yes,
it actually
but that's
bring you
the thing.
joy?
It does.
It does bring her joy.
Then-
If you ever
then
get a
shut
parking
up,
ticket,
Isaiah.
if you
Oh
ever
my
get
God.
if you ever get a
Shit.
parking ticket, give it to her. Watch
you want.
her watch her.
I,
if
I
you
found
want.
one on the ground yesterday,
way.
and I literally just was going to get on the shuttle, and I saw one on the ground, and I was like,
There's no way you picked.
and I snatched it and I
You
gave it to her, and she's like,
picked it up?
Oh, do you want to know what I found? I found what are those things called for your tires?
A boot.
A hubcap? Is that what they're
uh-huh.
called?
Oh,
I found one.
you found a hubcap?
Yeah,
and a rim?
I found one of the hubcap things, but it was when
Was
you
it-
walk onto campus, but it was
Why-
down the
why
hill.
did
No,
you not
Amanda.
grab it for me?
I was gonna grab it for you guys, but I got nervous.
Was it a hubcap or was it like a
It's
ti-
why would you
or
get
a tire
nervous?
rim?
It doesn't belong to anyone now.
It was like the thing you guys have hanging up in your apartment.
Tire rim.
It was a tire rim, whatever. Yeah, I should have grabbed it.
When WMSC was in Baltimore. We were just walking.
And I found a tire rim
Tire rim.
on the side of the
And we
road.
took it home.
Picked it up. It's in my car.
So you guys just be
I-
collecting trash off the road and put it in your room?
You say that's not from last year.
It's trash is another woman's treasure, and I stand by
But
it.
if you
Yes.
come to our apartment, you get to sign the tire rim.
Yeah, you do.
Honestly, I'm a pass on that.
I have.
What do you?
I just put up- I just put up- I
You're
just put up a
always
text-
invited, Victor.
I just put up a text I sent to Laura talking about I got another parking ticket. She liked the message and said yes with like 7 S's.
It's true.
Like,
Golly, what a mess.
It's
man.
true.
What an absolute
you,
mess.
you have that sign from last
But
year?
I will
Sorry.
say
The
there's
one I had.
another messy situation going on, and it's
Messy,
not
messy.
about the World Cup. It's about the wagon that is Elon Musk and Twitter
You
because
could've
that
had the
thing has
best
been
transition,
falling
by the way.
apart. Huh?
You really could have had the best
What did he
transition, by
do?
the way. But anyway, we're gonna talk
Hold on,
about
hold on,
Elon
hold on.
Musk.
JT, I don't want to hear anything from JT, who couldn't make a single transition for the past.
I make
4
transitions
months, all right.
every time. I don't
It's
wanna
been a
hear it.
travesty trying to work
Silence.
with you.
Silence.
It's been painful to my ears, if I'm being
Hey,
honest.
hey,
No, I'm
hey,
kidding.
hey, hey.
Take it away, JT.
Hush. Okay. Elon Musk Twitter bans CNN, NYT, WAPO journalists without explanation. Last night, Twitter banned the accounts of several high-profile journalists from the top news organizations and didn't give them any explanation. This marks a significant attempt by new owner Elon Musk to wield his hold of authority over the platform. That's right. It's I don't even know, man. These accounts belonging to CNN's Donnie Sullivan and New York Times' Ryan Mack, the Washington Post Drew Harwell, and other journalists who have covered Musk aggressively in weeks were all abruptly permanently suspended because it's only freedom of speech if it's against him. The account of progressive independent journalist Aaron Rupar was also banned. Neither Musk nor Twitter responded to a request for comment. The platform did not explain precisely why the journalists were exiled from the platform. Because it's only okay when I do it. Because when I do it, it's okay. But when you do it, it's freedom of speech, it's disrespect to Americans, and I hate you.
Where are you going with this?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm one with Elon Musk. He's a man for the people. No, I'm kidding. I had
No,
guys in
no,
the first
no,
half. No, this is ridiculous.
yes.
I mean, this is once again, as soon as Elon Musk bought Twitter, everyone was kind of worried about how the response would be.
Oh, Twitter's
and,
gonna go crazy.
Oh,
It's
I
been
knew
an
exactly
absolutely-
what the response would
Yeah.
be. And the unfortunate thing is, I think we covered it, and there was just one thing that came to my mind, and I can't even.
the high
I
use of the
can't even
N-word.
approach that. I can't even approach that layer.
Oh
on
yes,
air.
that was
But
wild.
yes,
Literally,
w-
a
that
day
was
after
wild.
The world record for like most words online or whatever. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's because like it's pretty clear by now that Musk isn't like he's a figure of the right. Like he's
Yeah.
absolutely co-opted
Yeah.
that place. And he engages in that rhetoric all the time. He replies to far right pundits and politicians. Like he's literally a reply guy to like Charlie Kirk and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know. It's really not surprising to see him engage in this type of behavior.
Elon Musk was like that. It's like that one DJ that was always under Kanye's posts, hyping him up
Yeah.
during the Kanye West
Produced by
Pete
Sony.
Davidson drama. Yeah, him.
That's hilarious.
That's Elon Musk.
I mean,
I
And he
feel
kept
like
on
people-
hyping him up until he started talking about the Jewish question.
Can I just say that I feel like people hate Elon Musk now more than they do what's his name, Jeff Bezos.
CEO.
I think the
entrepreneur,
way that Elon Musk has surpassed Jeff Bezos.
born in
We've seen that
1960.
I mean, at least Jeff Bezos like
Fun.
keeps to himself. You
That
know?
kind of helps me out, you
See,
know.
like, no, we've seen that a lot
I
because
can't afford a Tesla, guys.
He
like,
does stuff.
a lot of these figures have approached a level of like untouchable for the longest, where it was almost as if no matter what they did, they would just never face any sort of retribution for their
Mm.
comments or actions. And I feel like this year was finally the year where like they pushed their boundaries, like especially people like Mr. Yee, that
Yeah.
approached the line
Isn't it
so
Ye?
much.
yeah, why do we? Why? Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Whoever
The way
is
that
saying-
you're gonna
dude,
talk
I do
about
not-
Kanye and not even say yay, right?
The
Aren't you
argument
around?
probably no.
Because there's nothing
Disrespectful.
There's nothing yay about him anymore. And it was like,
There's
every-
never been anything yay about him.
and everybody's like, oh my God, Kanye's so crazy. No, he's been crazy. You
Yeah.
just can't ignore it. See, you could ignore it when he was just saying
What is-
dumb
what is-
stuff like slavery was a choice. And then now all of a sudden he pops out on his Adolf beat. And then now it's like, you can't say anything against it.
Yeah. You
can't
say his
do that.
Adolf beat.
Yep.
He
Yes,
just-
well,
exactly
in that fire.
Nothing
shake.
shocks me anymore.
Well, did you guys see that he was like he put Kanye like there was a video of him saying
Yeah.
wow. There was a video of him saying sorry, I like can't think right now. There was a video of him saying that it was all a joke so he could get out of contracts with people. Like he said all of
It
those
was definitely not all
like
jokes.
anti-Semitic.
He was
things.
very enthusiastic about the
Guys, I was just
anti-Semitism part.
kidding.
And also like
His ego is so large that he just has to
And
act like that.
to be clear, even if it's a joke, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. He
Right?
still
Like it
said
doesn't like
and he's
it
putting
doesn't
it out
mean
there.
anything, right? So yeah.
Also
it's
not a
really
real
point worth
excuse for
engaging
being
with.
anti-Semitic. Like,
Right.
it's a friend, guys. My bad.
No, yeah. And like
No,
we all
no.
went to middle school, right?
Like,
This is
fuck.
how every like I don't know. I don't want to be
I just did
yeah.
it because I wanted that.
Right.
I want it for the attention. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I want a Kim back, bro. So I said,
I'll literally never forget the first time I've heard of Elon Musk, and the person was like, "Oh my God, he's so great." Granted, that was 4 years ago, but I mean, has much changed? I think it kind of has, but at the same time,
he's kind of insane.
I don't know. I feel like he's just been undercover, like just a terrible person. Is
Yeah.
how I-
Yeah.
And now-
Undercover.
Yeah.
Elon Musk
He's
could have
the
just
undercover.
stayed like the rich guy. That's the problem. Like rich
That's
people
what I'm
get
getting at.
money They get money and they go crazy. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it gets to their
Donald Trump
head.
before 2015 was just a poacher boy for rich
Okay.
people. I knew
Don't
nothing
even-
about him.
So,
Oh,
so
Orange Man. no.
yeah, don't get Lara
yeah,
started
yeah.
on him.
We don't-
Donald Trump was actually very prevalent in, in a lot of the news
Good man. good
back
man.
in the
No, I'm
day.
kidding, I'm
we just were too young to have known or cared.
That's true.
Mhm.
No,
No,
you're
no.
right.
What?
He was in
True
WWE
facts.
once.
Wait.
No, you're right. You're right. He was like a prominent, like just a rich figure. Like
Yeah.
everyone knew who he
Yeah,
was.
The
making
monopoly
putting
man.
articles in newspapers about how he
Oh
wanted
yeah, you didn't.
certain justices for people who didn't
WWE.
do that and
Yeah.
things like that. He was very prevalent.
Mhm.
Unfortunately.
It was also prevalent as of right now, and probably for I don't know the rest of my life. Is a guy from a very small island that has took over the world by storm. Up next, Bad Bunny.
Woo! Let's go.
We are back here on the morning buzz as once again budget cuts have destroyed our program here today. As poor old Victor's mic has been taken over.
Let's go to show.
It's racism at its finest.
Is it fixed? Is
Yes.
his mic fixed? Wait, say it again.
No, it's not fixed.
It's not.
We'll fix it when
That's
we
okay.
go play some of our bills to be paid at some point. We're gonna get to a story though first, and then we'll go to another break, perhaps. All right, Amanda, noted seagull lover, I think. Go ahead, take it away. We're talking about boil water advisory.
Okay. Yeah, seagulls are great.
That's my seagull lover.
Yeah,
That's our seagull lover, actually.
seagulls are great. Anyway, I what? Why? Okay, we'll have to talk about that later. A boil water advisory was issued for part of Montclair yesterday after a severe main break at the intersection of Bloomfield and Midland Avenues. The Montclair Department of Utilities issued an alert about the water main break at 8:58 a.m. They read, quote, "There is a severe water main break at Bloomfield Avenue and Midland Avenue intersection. The main break broke at 7:45 a.m. this morning, and our crew is responding to repair the break. Due to the high volume of water and the number of utilities in the ground, we will have to perform a complete shutdown and issue a boil water advisory in the affected areas. Residents and businesses on Valley Road and South Park Street, including all of Maple Plaza, are instructed to bring tap water to a rolling boil for 1 minute and allow the tap water to cool before using or use bottled water. Boiled or bottled water should be used for drinking, preparing foods, mixing baby formula, food, juices, or drinks, washing."
Ave and Midland Ave, so it's a little farther into like downtown Montclair-ish kind of there.
Yeah. I
But no,
remember-
we're on Clove Road. We're good. We're Gucci. Normal Ave. It's more up. We're Upper Montclair.
You mean
I
like
remember
Gucci gang,
I was
Gucci
at work
gang.
one time and
That
I got
one?
this alert. A lot of people on campus got these alerts that there was like a general like
The water.
problem with the water in Montclair, and everybody was like, "Does that include like the university water?" People were freaking out. So
We
I'm like-
would have gotten an email if we
Yeah.
really did.
and then we did get an email saying our water is fine.
surrounding
We will let you know if it's not.
But for Valley Road, Bloomfield Ave and Midland Ave, South Park Street, and the Maple Plaza, please use your bottled water. Use your
Telling me
boiled water.
Starbucks is affected by this?
Oh,
It's probably like, you know, like
Oh.
There's like 3 Starbucks in it.
No, the one in Valley Road.
like, you know,
Oh, I'm so
that's so
upset.
sad.
I'm so upset.
But this
There's
is
one
great.
outside of Willowbrook, so you're good.
This is a great time to move on to our segment.
Is this my
Wait.
time to shine?
Wait,
Gabby, sorry about it. We got bills to pay. When we come back,
oh,
Gabby's famous
I was-
segment.
I was so excited.
Hey, yo, Gabby, think of a name for your segment. Real quick. You got about probably like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I expect some high quality things.
Okay.
On that note, we'll be back eventually here in the Morning Buzz.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The last
The last
dance. The end.
The end of the
an era.
road.
I bid you farewell. But more importantly,
I'm out.
Gabby's segment, critically acclaimed, apparently. But
we have decided on a name for it.
let's hear it.
Victor has decided that it will be called Gabby's Box Office.
Yes,
Love
yes,
it.
that is true. Wait, my mic's working?
Yeah, your mic's working. Victor.
You can-
Whoa, let's dance.
Chug.
Got a good call.
That was
Like cookie dough, everybody.
I love that little ASMR moment you had there.
Yeah, of course. Anything for you guys.
Very cute.
Oh, I don't like this bit anymore.
Okay, so welcome to Gabby's Box Office. Starting off, the second Avatar movie of the franchise is released today.
about that.
Yes, I said today. Avatar: The Way of the Water is James Cameron's 3-hour film taking us back to the visually beautiful world of Pandora. Avatar: The Way of the Water is currently set to be the second of 5 total Avatar movies.
What?
The fifth one to be released in 2028. Unless, of
Wow.
course, this second film underperforms, then it will be stopped at 3 films. So what will you be expecting of this second Avatar movie? You must be asking right now. I'm
I
sure
am.
you are.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Gabby.
I'm gonna keep you there. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna keep you there.
So I'm gonna keep you there until y'all shut up. That's for facts.
that is a fact.
So Jake Sully and Neytiri have a family now. That's crazy.
Wow.
But they also have to leave home and explore regions of Pandora. And apparently there's going to be a war against humans that might occur after an ancient threat.
Nice.
I haven't seen the movie yet. Obviously, it literally just came out today and it is only 7:52 a.m. and I probably won't even see it because I can't sit through 3-hour films. But so I cannot actually confirm any of this for myself, but Google told me this is the case. And you know what? I guess you'll just have to see the movie to know if it's true.
If interested.
We didn't need this.
Hold on. You know what? I need to get this off my chest.
No,
I'm
you
getting-
don't.
JT,
Yo.
Get it off your chest, Isaiah.
I need to
Problem
know.
is this: is everyone wants to take a stand against the blue people. I'm pro blue people. I thoroughly
Same.
No,
enjoy
me
it.
too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard that.
Avatar.
And here,
No, don't say
not
everyone.
here, but like everyone that
I
I've
was gonna
come
say,
into
whoa, did
contact
we
with
not just say we're
has
with the
been-
blues?
has been so angry
It's
against
men.
this
So
movie.
what
Has been
is
so
it?
mad about it.
No, bro, it's a great movie.
I will
James
not.
Cameron is a fantastic director.
Yes,
He's
yes.
directed
Oh, yes, yes.
Titanic.
Oh.
He's directed the Avatar movies. He's directed
Terminator, come on, T2, bro. Like, it's gonna be amazing. The Way of the Water.
Because the first one, it was like so perfect.
It was good.
Here's my thing though. Here's
Okay, it
my
wasn't
thing though.
perfect.
Here's my
I would say
thing. No,
perfect.
perfect is
It was
the
good. It was
no.
good, not perfect.
Here's my thing though. I am a contrarian. So anything that is
What?
do you not know?
No.
Okay.
Google is free.
Yo, Cam.
We're gonna let Cam go.
Google is free, Cam. But listen, I'm not gonna like anything that's mainstream because I am a contrarian.
You know,
But you
just
do like things that are
That's how
mainstream.
Got it, Gabby.
You like everything that's
I
mainstream.
don't like everything that's
Literally,
mainstream.
you're just like JT.
You were dressed last
Always
Wednesday.
has-
Village. Come on.
Is your
Yeah. Yes, he is.
so mainstream.
My heart is broken.
No, they've been
I'm
no,
so
it's not like
sorry
a
for
new
you.
thing.
Can we
They've been
also-
mainstream for decades.
Can we also talk
And so
about
it's
how
Kirsten Bale,
Isaiah
but
just
they
tried
feel
to
great.
Isaiah just tried to call Laura me, but here's the difference. Isaiah, I said this yesterday, I'll say it
Real
again.
life?
It's called having your own opinions
No,
and
no, no.
possibly try it.
No, here's my thing. My thing is what I've learned, at least just from this moment in time, what you just revealed, Lara, is you two might have a pair of the worst takes in the history
No.
of takes.
Here-
Honestly, I've
Here's
been
It's crazy because Isaiah
share
all the
and
time.
This is manipulation given by Laura.
You're not gaslighting me. I had enough gaslighting in my life. So hear me out.
Let's hear it.
I personally think we should have enough with the sequels. Yeah, they're money makers, but that's all
Well,
Hollywood cares about.
this is supposed to be a 5-movie series.
Yeah,
Why
probably
would
not-
we need 5.
Okay,
What?
I think, yeah,
bro.
I think James Cameron it's the type of dude, whether you like his films or not, he is an ambitious boy.
But you
Yeah.
know,
He wants to
said-
he wants to make, he clearly has a vision for this. Like, right, like he
Yeah.
wanted to make it long before he made the first one, but he literally couldn't because the technology didn't
Yeah, and
exist.
let's not forget
Yeah.
that, you know, he did say that if this one underperforms, it'll be stopped at 3.
Right.
And
Thank
not,
the
and
Lord.
not go to 5. So he's very aware of
Joe,
himself.
it's gonna be amazing.
You know what? I'll give
We
him
just
that.
need new stuff. That's the problem.
That is wild.
We
he said
need
that.
new. I've said it before.
He said, like,
we are
it
in
doesn't
a
work. Yeah.
we are in a cesspool of repeated stuff. It's like,
But it's not a repeat. It's a
a
sequel.
series.
It's a sequel of a
sequel.
series.
It's a sequel, but then it's like
Harry Potter has what, 8 movies?
Yeah, but
Every-
they you guys.
that is the one. I said this yesterday. I think the once you pass at least 3 or 4 sequels is excessive. The only
But then
the
it's
only-
not a sequel.
the
it's
only
a-
reason I give Harry
trilogy.
Potter an exception is because they are based on
No,
the
It's,
book.
I
It's
really just think
because-
we're trying to be controversial right now, and I think you
it's
should just
because-
like not.
It's
Not
because
even.
Harry Potter was done well. If you're gonna do a lot of
I've never even
sequels, you
seen
you
it.
Have
do
you
it.
seen Avatar, Lara?
No, I have not.
It's
seen
Avatar.
bro.
Yo.
I'm sorry. I'm with the guys on this.
I've seen it as
Um,
mid. I'm sorry.
It's visually stunning.
Oh,
you
it's
know.
pretty, yeah.
Hashtag the blue man.
Not.
It's a cinematic experience. So if you haven't seen it at all,
My thing is this.
you have no say.
I
See,
think
I've seen it,
Avatar-
and it's also mid.
Mic off. Thank
Yeah, turn your mic off.
Lara, watch
personally-
Avatar. It's great.
I personally think that these Avatar is not really more of a movie. I think it's more of like a cinematic experience. you know?
Exactly.
I
That's
get
what-
it.
Just watching
And, like-
like on
film.
TV on FX, it's not going to be the same.
No.
I think
Right.
It's meant to be watched in a.
But you
theater.
know,
They are.
And that's what Martin Scorsese was talking
you
about
know-
when he said that Marvel movies were theme park rides, right? It's less about like any story and more about the experience of watching it.
yeah, you know what though is, you know, Avatar, it's getting its sequel, but you know what needs to be put to rest?
Which
Oh.
one?
The Superman movies.
How many Superman movies? There's like 11 of them.
That's what I'm saying. So okay, so this is the next thing is that fans of DC are currently saying that DC's taking an L and that many want James Gunn fired. Because the next
No.
Superman movie, yes, there's another one coming.
Yeah,
Bro, let's go.
Let me
Man, bro, let's go.
Don't tell me you're a DC fan, Victor.
Bro, I'm a Superman fan. Superman's my
Why?
favorite
He's literally
superhero.
the worst superhero.
What are you
Anyways,
saying? He's the most powerful.
so anyways,
Gotta be.
the next Superman movie, which has already been announced, will not be featuring Henry Cavill. And fans are not happy. Okay. It's literally trending on Twitter right now to fire James. So that's crazy. But one tweet by fan Axel Braun,
Alex's
not to be
cousin.
confused with our assistant production director,
Alex's
Alex
cousin.
Braun, has said,
Probably
quote,
is him.
rule number 1 of any comic book adaptation, give the fans what they want. When you have an actor who embodies a beloved character so perfectly, you keep him, especially after you just made him announce his return, end quote. But never fear, Cavill will be finding a new spot in the universe of heroes for a new role. We don't know which one yet, but Cavill has been in conversations with Gunn's co-president Peter Safran about finding a new role.
What's
So
the
if you
point of
love
that?
Cavill, you'll be seeing him in a
I gotta say, I disagree with giving fans what they want,
with
and
that.
there's a
Yeah.
reason.
Because sometimes
There's a reason y'all are not filmmakers. There is several reasons. We have seen fans give incredibly horrible takes, our host Isaiah Ramirez being one of them.
Wow.
And it
But-
just goes to show that the fans don't always know what is truly good cinema.
But if the fans are what's keeping it alive, you want to please the fans because
That's-
otherwise, if they don't like
That's
it, it
true.
doesn't matter how technically good it is.
That's
It's not
true.
getting anything.
Well,
it's not making any.
2022, and people hate everything.
That's
now.
not for sure.
So I think that when it comes to art, yeah, it's always going.
Literally, my roommate hates everything.
It's always going
You
to be a
can't
matter
please
of
people.
individual like expression, and it's always going to be about what the
Exactly.
artist wants. But I do think that like Henry Cavill is such a good Superman,
No,
and I feel
he
like
looks
it's
like
kind of
Superman,
it's
bro.
kind of a shame that he never got a good Superman movie.
No, here's
You
the-
know,
if-
I
agree.
personally
I agree.
didn't
It's coming
mind
to
Man
make
of
one.
Steel. I don't know.
I agree, Jake.
Yeah.
I don't watch
What's up, Cam?
superhero movies, so
I am Man of Steel.
I didn't mind Man of Steel. People hated on that for no reason.
I just think they need to stop making them.
To an extent, I agree with that.
I'm over
Wait, so
over
you saw a
Superman. Sorry,
Superman movie?
Victor.
You saw a Superman
Nah,
movie?
Superman rocks.
in general.
Okay.
Hey
Wow.
guys, not gonna lie,
What do you
the
want?
program has been indeed a program. And we got through hour one, the final hour one of this season. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we got some more stories, some sports, some news, and probably some more cold takes from a couple people in this room. But nonetheless,
Facts.
when we return,
Chill.
more morning buzz.
And I'll be gone. Bye.
9.3 WMSC.
Right here.
What a time to be alive. What a glorious occasion it is yet again. The Morning Buzz here, 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, December 16th, 2022. It's the Friday show? Super Buzz. We got 2 more hours to go. 1 hour down. So many people here. Jake has gone into the void of life. He's never coming back, actually. He's retiring as well. Just kidding. I thought actually that was happening last year. Turns out he came back. Sometimes you never know what's going to happen. in
Tom
life.
Brady.
But there's one
I
guarantee
wish
in
I
life,
knew.
and that is Victor delivering the news. So, Victor,
My
take it away.
favorite time of day.
Of course. Hi, I'm Victor Muniz Rosa, and this is the news. In local news, the New Jersey City University is laying off 30 professors and eliminating 37% of their academic programs to cut down $12 million on their expenses. In national news, the House passed a bill to decolonize Puerto Rico by holding a referendum where Puerto Ricans will choose between statehood, independence, and free association. In international news, Peru judge orders 18-month detention for former President Pedro Castillo after he tried to dissolve the Congress before an impeachment vote. In entertainment news, comedian Trevor Noah is going to host the Grammy Awards ceremony for a 3rd time in a row. The weather for today is, what is the weather for today? Well, I'm going to let you know right now. You know, it's raining. It's raining a lot. It's raining a lot with 43 degrees and a high of 43 and a low of 37. For WMSC, I'm Victor Muniz Rosa. Nos vemos.
Victor, my Puerto Rican brother, who at one point originally was on a show with me and decided to leave his fellow Puerto Rican and join Lara and the crew.
Oh, that's true. But then, you know,
Never forget.
But we're
hold on, Victor. That is exactly why I killed Pepe. This is.
Oh, are you trying to create radio beef right now? It's our last day, bro.
Yeah, Victor.
I love you too,
I
man.
played Real Bunny today as well.
Yeah. If we were in the same room, I would hug you right now.
You did hug him when you got in here. What?
Well,
It's only
yeah,
the
but
3rd day out here.
a second time, you know, because we're that close, you know, we're
And you
that
know who
close.
also gives hugs to each other from time to time is could be all of Argentina, as the World Cup is fastly approaching the final this Sunday with live coverage on WMSC.
We can't get enough of the World Cup here at WMS.
Really can't.
But before we get to
Thanks
that,
to Artie and me.
I got more news. I got more news besides just the World Cup.
Yes, sir.
So Yankees fans got a new ace in the Bronx. Carlos Rodon signed a 6-year, $162 million contract to play for the Pinstripes. Rodon is coming off an all-star season in which he threw a career high 178 innings in over 31 starts with a 2.8 ERA, but that's beside the point. Tough news for Warriors fans as their unheralded leader, Steph Curry, will be out for a few weeks, per a source. Coach Steve Kerr said, quote, "I have no idea how long he'll be out for. I'm just relieved that it was not more serious and that he will be back." On an interview with KGMZ FM, Austin's 90.5, 95.7 The Game, based in San Francisco. South Carolina's women's basketball team is on a tear, winning 46 of the last 48 games. This dates back all the way to the prior season in which they won an NCAA championship in the spring. Zaya Cook scored a game-high 18 points, and Kamala Cardoso grabbed 15 boards off the bench. The Gamecocks won it 62-44. Like Isaiah may have prompted, the WMC will be continuing World Cup coverage on Saturday and Sunday. World Cup comes to a conclusion in Qatar this weekend with the Saturday third-place match as Morocco takes on Croatia. And on Sunday at 10 a.m., can Lionel Messi capture his elusive World Cup trophy, in which could very well be his last chance, or will Kylian Mbappe win his second in as many attempts? One game for all the glory. The world will find out on Sunday when Argentina and France square off in the World Cup final. Big ting. So yeah, sports vibes. Yeah.
Wow, what a close.
Sports vibes,
sports
you know.
Big things. The World Cup has been a wagon. I've been watching a lot of the games.
I really
Let's go.
got into it because of the WMC.
Yeah.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to Argentina, bro.
out
I'm
to-
really rooting for you. All of Latin America is rooting for you. And I'm making very uncomfortable eye contact with Victor. Oh, no. Okay, guys, we have some things to talk about. That is a violation, not FCC friendly, but
I'm calling it, Sean.
we have a segment that I actually have never done before.
One of my
So it's
favorite
kind of
segments.
exciting
This is
because
hilarious.
This is a lyrics.
You guys never.
Is this MSU Confessions? I love MSU
Oh
Confessions.
my god,
It's
can I
so
say the
fun.
disclaimer?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
take a disclaimer.
So we have the Lara special, which is MSU Confessions, and disclaimer: MSU Confessions is a segment based on the Instagram account Montclair State Confessions. This account is not associated with Montclair State or WMSC. These stories are not our personal experiences, and students send in their confessions anonymously for us to laugh at.
Not gonna lie, the page annoys me, but let's carry on.
Yeah, but it's it's like the Friday segment. It's
Our
like
favorite-
thing.
Yeah,
Oh, we do it
sometimes
on Tuesday too. Don't even.
Yeah.
You know,
On
don't-
Tuesdays.
Don't think you're special, Amanda.
I'm sorry, I didn't
You're not.
know. Oh,
No,
thanks.
Amanda is special. And you know what?
Thank you.
She's gonna be our lead hitter, Amanda. It's the first confession.
All right. Thank you. Anonymous said, quote, I'm a freshman from the South. Can someone tell me what you do in the snow? I want to be able to have fun with it because I've never seen so much snow in my life, but I also don't want to look stupid. Also, can someone teach me how to sled or ski, please? Make a snowman,
Actually, know this girl.
snow angels.
How does
I
one
actually know this person.
Oh,
how
you?
does one
Yes.
not know like what to do?
you have
Yeah.
to do like the
Keep going,
generic
keep
movie
going.
stuff?
The
that's what I was thinking as
snow.
well. I think tubing is really fun.
You don't know what to do in the snow, do you, Victor?
Well, maybe because I lived in a tropical island for 20 years. Maybe I don't know.
You just go out there and you just play in it.
Well, Victor, I told you we have to go snow tubing. I did say that.
Tubing is so
Yeah,
fun.
I
I
told
like
him.
skiing.
I told him
I
like
love skiing.
we have to take him snow tubing because he's never been tubing before.
Wait, hear me out.
Being too
Hear me out. WMSC field trip in January. to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
tubing.
Yes,
The
that
Oz field
the-
trip.
The buzz goes Poconos.
yeah,
Coconut.
that'd be fun.
Iconic.
We should build an igloo. That's a good thing to do in the snow.
A snowman. I never built a snowman.
That's hard. You've never
No.
built it.
It took like 6 hours just to build it.
Yo, they built a snowman outside of Fenwick and then the
Watch-
rain killed him.
Yo, I
And
know.
I've been sad.
Wait.
That's so sad, as he should.
For Victor right now. He's never made a snowman.
Guys.
Do you
We need to
wanna
have a
build a
moment.
snowman?
Oh, that's so sad.
Everyone.
No, I'm good. I make sand
Everyone,
curry.
we need to have honesty here. Nobody likes to play in the snow.
I do.
It's cold. It's
So
wet,
cold.
Your
Call me
socks get
Elsa.
wet, It's freezing, and you gotta go inside and then.
But then
warm
you
up.
get to have hot cocoa and watch a movie after.
I do that
You-
year
you-
round.
You can miss me with all that.
I love it.
See, snow is very pretty.
Snowball fight.
It's just evil. My body cannot tolerate
Come out for
anything
that
below
concert,
70
man.
degrees.
So then
I
get some
do-
insulation in your body. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm JT on this.
My chubby self enjoys the
Gabby,
cold.
Gabby, it's just down to one thing. I have what we call melanin. Okay.
No, that's the problem
I
is that you're skinny. You don't got any
No,
insulation.
hold on, Gabby. I used to be a thick boy, and in the era of my life,
That picture.
I was
See,
still cold.
But see, here's the deal. I've been thick all my life, and I love the cold.
The cold
You
is
have to get
I
good.
think you
have
love
to-
the
you have
cold
to
because
say that
you're
way.
Irish and not necessarily
Yeah, bro,
Irish.
just say it. Just say it. She's
What?
lying, bro.
She's right. You're right. You're on the Caucasian end, and that's okay. No
Mountain
one's
Caucasus.
judging you.
The mountain of
But
Caucasus.
you,
The
it's
way
like-
that I'm being attacked for my skin color
No,
just because I
no,
like the
listen,
cold.
it's just when I walk into the
Get here.
there's one no when I walk into the office and I say it's cold.
Men be in
That
the
part.
car.
When I walk into the
That
office
part.
and I say I'm cold, Victor, Isaiah, Cam will say, yes, I agree with you. Leslie, Gabby,
Mike.
Mike,
Ant.
not Ant. Usually he's on the
Wow,
right side.
look at all these
They will
people.
say, oh, these are our station managers. What am I talking about? These are our station members. What I'm trying to get at here is that it becomes depending on, our body. It is scientifically proven that our ethnicities play a role in some of
Okay,
our body
But
chemistry.
I'm white and I'm freezing right now.
No,
and
you're a
I'm
little Puerto Rican. They're a little Puerto
Oh, that's
Rican.
true.
That's the count.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I'd like
Hear
to
me
do the
out.
math on that one.
It's
but
because you don't have
more-
insulation.
We can continue.
We're gonna move
Yeah, we
on
can
to, I
continue.
guess, some
Please,
salty
because that
things.
did not go where I thought it
Uh,
was going.
Let's talk about what Anonymous had to say, and
Aren't they all anonymous?
hey,
Yes.
something like that. Hey, so our quote of the day is put some salt on the ground, MSU. I almost fell right on my behind a million times.
So
Probably
true.
didn't say behind did it.
Ken, that doesn't matter. All that matters is what we're saying.
Just saying. Just
No,
They did put salt.
There's a
Okay, so
lot of
this
salt.
this was posted. This was posted like that night that it
It
started to
was.
snow,
Sunday.
and the snow was not sticking all day, and then all of a sudden it started to stick at some random time. So what did you expect them to do? They needed to like
That's
actually
so
like
true.
get employees there to put salt on the ground, and it wasn't even that much snow. If you were really struggling that hard, maybe you just should not go outside.
Yeah, I literally, when at my community college, no one ever put salt on the ground at my community college, and I didn't realize there was a layer of ice on the ground, and I tried to hop onto the sidewalk over the snow, and there was like so many people
Black
walking
ice will
behind
do
me.
that to you.
There were so many people walking behind me. I like slip right on my back and I land on my backpack, and I'm just laying on the ground like this on the concrete like this, and like a bunch of people stand over me and they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit." I just laid in the snow.
You were
for,
just
like, a
thinking
minute.
about life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really humbling experience.
That's how
We've all had
that's
those
how Ben
moments.
became a fan of the snow.
Yeah.
One
was a
time when
lot.
I was little, I was at the mall and I fell into a mannequin.
What?
The mannequin fell, and that was a humbling experience.
Oh my god, you know what? That happened to me, except it was a stand of salami and it was an
A
Acme.
stand of
What?
salami.
Yes.
What's going on in that room?
No,
Even better.
I was like playing around in the Acme and my mom was just like,
And-
Amanda, calm
And
down.
then,
I fell into the
and then you
salami.
don't calm down, and then you
Yeah.
fall, and it's
And
humbling.
one salami, heart salami. I mean, there's so many great salami.
I have a lot of humbling moments in my life.
I like
Same.
bat salami.
Oh,
You
That's
like
a
salami?
Gabby, please read the next quote.
Oh, okay. So, hey besties, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Anonymous said, quote, "I just finished my last class with my favorite professor, and now I'm stuck with the ones that drive me crazy."
Yeah.
Don't all of them drive you crazy?
yeah. Can't wait for Wednesday.
I just
I
tuned them
know.
all out.
She's right here.
There's a lot of professors that drive me crazy,
Same.
and I'm stuck with them. You'll deal. You'll be okay.
You'll be all right, King.
You will be.
I'm actually happy that this semester is over because I have the same professor for 2 classes and she's honestly evil. Like I genuinely think she's evil.
Oh, same here. Listen,
Drop names. Do it. You won't.
No, I will not.
Listen,
I will
I have
not
a-
because I still need to get the grade.
Amanda, I agree with this. But the problem is that's my advisor. So I have.
Oh.
My advisor is also one of my professors that is
Ew.
not my favorite person in the world.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's true.
Since
I
I'm
know who
going
it
out,
is.
I've had a pretty terrible experience with. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you should have said
It's
it.
so sad.
What's
No,
gonna
do
happen?
That's a teaser for hour 3. JT, we got one more.
What's up? Drama literally. An anonymous said, quote, "I don't like my theater teacher's attitude, and I know the lead for this production is definitely doing something for my teacher."
Hey,
Why would y'all give, why
it's
would,
a serious
why
thing.
would y'all give me
to
this story knowing
accuse.
the comments that are in my head?
I
That's
know.
all I'm gonna say.
That
challenge.
is a serious thing to accuse someone of.
I know, right?
That's like can get people in trouble.
Is that the literal quote, or is
I'm
this
gonna
something?
no, it's not because I saw the confession. It's not the literal quote, which is why I'm going to shut up now.
That's an accusation.
Send me the confession. Send me the confession.
Can we be honest?
Look
though?
at it.
I respect the hustle.
I do too.
I mean, you know, right? What we gotta do, right?
Whatever it
Like I
takes.
understand,
Whatever it takes.
but apparently, like it's a problematic thing. Which
Don't
is like,
hate the player, hate
whatever.
the game.
Very true.
On that note,
as long as they're
what a
not your
lovely
professor, it's fine.
what a lovely time to be alive. Lara, what a great segment you've created.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We're gonna come back with more morning bar stuff. We're gonna be talking everyone's favorite Puerto Rican. Me. No, I'm kidding. Bad Bunny.
Me.
I was gonna say Victor.
That's what I was gonna say too.
That's my favorite one too.
Uh,
I'd be
any
forgetting
other-
you Puerto Rican as I am.
Keanu, Puerto Rican here.
Yeah, my Sinet in the house. Yeah.
There's probably someone else, but make yourself known.
Yeah.
Listening to new music can be scary. If you're looking to get over your fears,
And we are back yet again. Hey guys,
We're
it's been a
back.
beautiful journey. We are truly back, better than ever. But what?
You know who else is back?
Confession,
Who's
JC.
back? Gab?
JC.
Bad Bunny is back.
He never left. Victor, it's your
Yes.
time to shine. You're a main man. You hugged me when I played his song. What's going on with Bad Bunny?
Well, Mexico's president made a public request on Wednesday to Puerto Rican reggaeton star and legend and Puerto Rican icon Bad Bunny to play a free concert in Mexico City to make up for a fake ticket scandal that left thousands frustrated outside his sold-out appearance on Friday. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said he couldn't offer the singer any money, but the government would pay for the lights and stage and sound system, and even install a zip line at the capital's huge main central plaza. López Obrador suggested Bad Bunny would perform for free because he is sensitive and feels solidarity with those who couldn't get in because of duplicate tickets sold by fraudsters. I would tell him how deeply we were touched to see young people sad because they couldn't get in, because they had duplicated tickets, because they were victims of fraud, López Obrador said. Bad Bunny's representatives did not immediately respond to an Associated Press email asking if he'll take up the president's offer. Mexico's Consumers Protection Agency announced an investigation. Ticketmaster Mexico said the event was highly sought after, but denied the concert was oversold. A company statement said 4.5 million requests have been received for just 120,000 available seats. Fakes then kept some legitimate ticket holders from getting in, it said.
Ticketmaster just sucks.
It does. It does. And God bless Bad Bunny. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. You know, he didn't do anything wrong. You know, it's all Ticketmaster's fault.
Ticketmaster just hates people.
Yeah, it tends to always be Ticketmaster's fault.
We were talking about this on Tuesday Buzz.
With the Taylor Swift stuff or Bad Bunny? Or...
Just all of the above, how Ticketmaster just keeps messing up, and why do we still trust them?
They should just get rid of their fees.
I don't
at
think
that
we
point.
trust them. I just think there's a monopoly. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, the thing is we don't trust them. They're the only ones who really, well, not the only ones, but they're the biggest ones to sell, not resell tickets, like the actual tickets.
I'm more of a StubHub guy. Use my
Those are
promo.
resell tickets though.
No, but do you guys think Bad Bunny should throw on this free concert because it
Yes.
seems
Yeah.
like
Why not?
Yes.
oh, you guys are for it.
Well, I don't
Not
know.
everything has to be about money, Isaiah.
I
Yeah.
was
So
even
true.
gonna say that. I would say like it doesn't really fall upon him. It falls on the fact that like I feel
Ticketmaster
like everyone
loses.
should just be refunded.
Yeah,
But he's still doing like a nice thing, you know.
Well,
Well,
is
if
he
you
actually
want-
doing it?
Well,
It's just
not
the president
confirmed.
has to
Yeah,
do it.
it's the
True.
president.
I'm sure if the president asks you, you're gonna do it.
That's kind of yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe he will.
Well-
You know, he said he was gonna take a break after this because Mexico was his last tour date. Like he had a big tour, you know, not only in the United States but all over the world. So he needs a break. Like,
so
come
wait,
on,
so
like
do you think he's gonna take it up? That this is just gonna be his big finale right here.
maybe he'll do it, maybe not. We'll see. Bad Bunny has a lot of surprises, and you know, one of his albums is called Yo hago lo que me dé la gana,
Translation,
which
please.
means I do whatever I want. So maybe he'll do it, maybe he won't. That's the thing with Bad Bunny. He does whatever he wants.
I as well do whatever I want.
Not you asking for a translation while he was literally saying which means.
You know what doesn't need a translation though? The Mushroom Kingdom.
No.
Here we go. Get ready, you nerds, because next year it is time to take over California because they are offering free deodorant for you smelly people. Just kidding. Super Nintendo World has got an official date for the grand opening, February 17th, 2023. You can live your childhood dreams of traveling through the Mushroom Kingdom. The new attraction at Universal Studios will have the grand opening of Toadstool's Cafe, featuring treats, some toadstool cheesy garlic knots, super mushroom soup, and piranha plant capris, or caprese. I don't know how to say that word, but there's also a Mario bacon cheeseburger and Luigi pesto chicken burger. Which, by the
Ooh,
way,
pesto chicken burger sounds kind of fire.
One thing
I
is
want
this
the
about
Luigi.
yeah, it's just like they just threw character names in front of meals. You're
I
better
think so
than
too.
that.
I think
You're
so
better
too.
than that. There will also be a Mario Kart VR simulation as
Oh,
well as
good.
the mini games you can play and be rewarded with
Hey,
coins.
it's a free what?
How is there not pizza? Because they're like Italian, right?
Then after
was a
you,
pizza
you,
scrape.
you visit Super Mario World, you can wait a little bit, a month later, because we can all experience the dumpster fire that is the new Mario movie.
Nah, bro, that movie's gonna be
We
amazing.
can't talk about that movie anymore.
Dude, that
I
movie's gonna be
think-
amazing.
I would like to apologize to Emel's mom, Jody, for talking about the Mario movie yet again because she's tired of hearing about
No,
it.
but I think this might be fun and good because especially if it's in Universal Studios, the every time they make like a world, it's so fun and good.
It's so true.
Have y'all
Good.
been to Harry Potter World?
Don't even get me started.
So
Uh,
good. So
Need to
good.
go.
I've like never been.
to anything.
Yeah,
It's
same.
really it's so like perfect to the movies, the books, everything. And they did a great job with it. So I can only imagine that they'll do a great job with it.
Oh, I gotta check out the Forbidden Forest experience in New York.
What is that?
That's said to be good. If you know Harry Potter, you know there's a
Muggle.
location called the Forbidden Forest. It's on the Hogwarts campus, and they have an attraction called the Harry Potter Forbidden Forest experience, and it's in New York.
So then you know what you need to do,
And I need to
JT?
go, but I
No.
need to get the print to go.
It's not the real thing. You need to go to England and do the Harry Potter tour where they take you to all the spots that they filmed.
That's cool.
Gabby, I don't have
Oh, if only the money allowed me to do that.
I've never
Anyone.
even seen
Liam
Harry Potter ever.
I think at some point I would let you've never seen Harry Potter.
Star Wars.
Nope.
What I will say is like,
Amanda on culture.
what I will
Love
say is
Sequels has never seen a Harry Potter.
it's a lot to get into. It's
It's
like
just a lot.
my freshman year.
Random times on Freeform or
No,
whatever
that's the
channel
thing.
they are now.
It's every weekend is Harry Potter
Yeah,
weekend, dude.
literally every weekend is a Harry Potter weekend.
I just
Nah, my
it's a lot to get into.
my freshman
Stop
year,
the
like I didn't grow up with Star Wars. My
Oh,
roommate
no.
did.
Oh, I love
My
Star
roommate grew
Wars.
up with Star Wars. I grew up with Harry Potter. So we would during Zoom University, we said a thing. Okay, fall semester, I'm gonna try and get you into Harry Potter, and spring semester, you're gonna try and get me into
Star Wars is more interesting.
And we both said the
I
same
think it's
thing
the
at the end.
same. Yeah.
But here's the thing: we both said the same thing at the end of the day. We said we like the franchises. We don't have a problem with the movies, but they're just such like diverse, intense franchises that it's hard to get into if you didn't grow up with it.
Well, not even if you didn't grow up with it. It's just something you need to have to be willing to get into.
Like here's the thing. I was a big I love science. I love science fiction. I grew up with science fiction, so that's why I love science.
I like Star. If I had to watch Star Wars when I was little, I probably would have been all over it because I was a sucker for that stuff.
See, but those franchises have also been around for a very long time now, and you need to like learn all the lore to really be into
The
it.
lore.
Yeah. The lore.
That's why, like, if you don't really know, like, especially like reading the books, if you don't necessarily know Harry Potter,
No, you gotta read
you'll
the
probably
books.
watch someone be like, "Yeah, they were cool movies. I just can't get into it."
You
like
won't
something like-
understand.
exactly.
Yeah, you
gotta
won't
read-
understand
gotta read the
why.
books. You have to read the books before you watch the movie.
Really do.
Truth.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
Ay.
I read the books. I also love Star Wars. I love both Harry Potter, Star Wars.
this-
Let's
this-
go.
this-
And I also would love to taste Mario's bacon cheeseburger and the Luigi pesto chicken
Not-
burger.
not-
The Luigi pesto chicken burger sounds really good, actually. I hated that was a thing that you said.
I never expected that turnaround, you know?
Just gotta get back on track.
No,
you
no,
know?
no.
I'm a host, you know that,
The-
right? On the Monday. So, we gotta get back on
No, you know what you're doing.
The
Of course.
toads,
I learned from the best. I say in the mirrors.
the toadstool cheesy garlic nuts sound absolutely delicious.
No, those would hit. Those
I
would
love a
hit.
good gar-
Actually, I can't say that.
Can I have a question?
The
though?
way I want garlic knots for
Here's an
dinner.
honest question, genuine question. When it is it Caprice? Caprese?
Caprese?
Caprice?
Capri Sun.
Caprese?
Caprice? Caprese. I don't know.
I was waiting for someone to say it like
Somebody's joining us.
it's
Alright.
me. We have
Hey,
somebody who's
Mute
just
yourself, Terry.
Come on, Terry.
What is this our first show or something?
We
I don't know,
have
you just
All
think this
Don't
is our
worry,
first show.
you can start the show now that I'm
man.
here.
yeah, you
Yes.
Terry.
Waiting just for you, ladies. and
See,
Huge fan.
The party started when I walked in, Terry.
debatable.
Terry
Ladies
here.
and gentlemen, Terry Dickinson.
Else is also
Clap
here
it up,
is
clap it up,
Amanda
clap it
to
up.
deliver the next story about Arizona.
Yes. Okay. Arizona driver is cited for carpooling with inflatable Grinch. Whoa.
Oh, Victor, nice.
Yeah, I didn't know Victor was in Arizona. Anyway, the Grinch came early for an Arizona driver who tried to pass off an inflatable figure of the Dr. Seuss character as a passenger. The Arizona Department of Public Safety says a state trooper last week noticed a car in a high occupancy vehicle lane on Interstate 10 in Phoenix with a suspicious, I can't, bro, a suspicious.
For those of you
looking-
who are not listening over our Facebook, Victor has his Grinch mask on, and he
feel like
looks
that's a-
absolutely fabulous. We have Mr. Grinch
Stunning.
in studio.
Absolutely.
does.
I
stunning.
looked up for 1 second.
It's definitely a
Like,
sponsor
you're not
ego at this
Victor.
point.
I'm not
That-
shocked by it at this point.
That looks like
Yes.
that looks like Professor Hulk.
Victor, can we trade glasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Wild.
can't do this.
Back to
Anyway.
Arizona.
while the gag may have caused the officer's heart to grow, it did not stop the driver from getting cited for being in the HOV lane during a restricted time. The agency, however, could not help but post the photo of the Grinch figure with the driver's face blurred out on its Twitter account. Officials say that they appreciate the festive flair, but that the driver's action was still illegal. They're urging motorists to follow traffic laws.
This is terrifying. I have.
Oh,
This is
Oh wow.
I look kind of good in Victor's glasses, guys. I
Vic-
can't even
Vic-
lie.
Mr.
So
Grinch
much
is
is happening at
Mr.
once.
Mr.
Can't even
Grinch is
lie.
in studio.
Dahmer.
It's
Giving
why does it not
Dahmer.
give Dahmer when Victor wears them?
But I don't know. I
Maybe
can't
it's 'cause
answer
I'm-
that for you.
because I'm because
What?
I'm white.
Guys, I
No
booked
comment.
Snoop.
That's wild.
Oh, but when I said it, it was a problem. What's up, my boy?
I'm allowed to say
We
it,
got
JT.
the Grinch in here, my boy.
Yeah, so Arizona and the Grinch.
So Amanda, I mean, this story is crazy.
No, it's like
So,
absolutely nuts.
That this guy
Bonkers,
literally
maybe.
tried to drive through the HOV lane
That's so
with an
crazy.
inflatable, and it's not even the first time I feel like I've heard a story like that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happened
Like,
before.
just
I'd
put
say that's a
random doll
carpool.
in there.
Yeah.
No, what's
That's hilarious trying to get through that.
I mean,
Yeah.
of a mother?
Wow.
Yeah, she
I-
was pregnant,
Yes.
and she
Yes.
said technically,
She's
given
not
like the
wrong.
new laws within our country, I have a human inside.
I'm
me, so I
scared.
should be able to go on the HOV lane.
it's dancing behind me right now.
I'm scared. There's like, oh, never mind. Victor's back.
Wait, can I just say, but I give my stuffed animals personalities. Why can't we say that the inflatable Grinch has a personality?
Because
That's
the
true.
difference is
They're real.
the difference is it's not you that's right there. It's just it's the outward.
They're
appearance.
real.
Well, have you guys ever seen the My Strange Addictions where the guy like fell in love with his pool inflatable?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like fell in love with them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if that was like this for this guy? He just fell in love with his Grinch
I feel
inflatable.
common theme here is mental illness. You
Yeah.
know, perhaps it's a resource. Maybe
Yeah.
she's born with
Is
it.
tax a resource for this Arizona driver?
We
I-
had a story on the
unfortunately
Buzz.
not.
Maybe that explains why you gotta wait on the phone so long to
Everyone
get
stop,
someone.
everyone-
We had a story on the Monday Buzz of a woman who had married a doll.
Yeah.
that was the thing.
and then got divorced.
She got divorced by said doll because the
When did she
doll-
marry Chucky?
She expected the doll. She suspected the doll was cheating on her, and
What?
I guess-
I guess you
It
could say
was
their
a-
marriage blew up.
Maybe she's
Yeah.
born with it.
it was a non-inflatable.
Harry has finally said a word. We're gonna go to break after that note.
Maybe she's born with it.
We're gonna play Bryson Tiller Exchange when we come back.
Ooh.
I'm the Grinch.
And we're back here on the morning buzz. Oh, JT would probably love that because that sounded like I was in a trashy musical. All
You
right.
know what, Isaiah?
So,
The way that he just attacked.
The way that he was
You're
right.
gonna wake up one of these mornings and you're gonna be bald,
well,
and it's not gonna be my fault. It's gonna
Hair
be your
grows
own.
back. He'll be fine.
yeah.
Well, great, because you can share your complaints for Festivus.
Woo!
Wow.
Festive.
So,
Yay.
so JT, if you want to put that complaint in, you can. So Festivus
it.
2022 is coming. And for those of you who are out of the loop, you're probably wondering what that is. Festivus is the fictional holiday that aired on an episode of Seinfeld. The episode returns December 23rd, meaning it is time for the 7th annual Tampa Bay Times airing of the grievances. If you're not familiar with Festivus, Frank Costanza explains the anti-consumerism holiday involves a metal pole instead of a tree, feats of strength, and the airing of the grievances. Now that you're caught up, it's your chance to complain from anywhere in the world about ways you've been annoyed this year. Your most loved pet peeves about people you love, businesses, sports teams, your boss, whatever, they can be published in the Tampa Bay Times. And if you really, really want to, not saying you should, but if you must, they must be submitted by a form on December 19th. And if the crew wants a grievance to air, here's the form and it's in the script before you go.
Bro, let's go.
I got a lot of grievances.
I think I want to submit a collective one, and I'm going to actually share my screen to do that.
What is my complaint for
I was
2022?
about to say,
People who backseat drive, shut up. People who backseat cook, get out of the kitchen. People who decide to tell me, oh, I got a lot.
Let me go around the room airing my grievances.
Just backseaters in general, please.
wait, guys, how about we honestly, everyone take a moment out of their day and air out your grievances?
Okay,
Get 'em off
ready?
your chest. Gabby, you're up first. No interruptions as well, everybody.
Okay.
Let it get them off their chest.
Terry,
Hi.
the way that you came in and didn't know how to turn down your phone volume, creating an echo, was really annoying.
I'm gonna be honest. You're so right. I can't even
know.
be mad at you.
I know.
Thank you for sharing.
Whoa, Amanda,
Am I actually going to record these?
your love for seagulls is crazy.
That's it.
Victor, you're a handsome man.
Oh,
Wow, why did you just get hated?
Someone turn down the light.
Isaiah,
Like those were kind of
Isaiah,
Yo,
you hate Ohio.
this is
I have family from Ohio.
in Ohio.
It's disrespectful. Lara, I have so many. Let's start with the fact that you woke me up this morning.
You had to be here. You had to be here.
Cam,
Yes.
ugh.
Wow. Wow.
This is
I
the-
lost
JT,
Nah, you
you're
got
too
a
untamed,
chance.
my guy.
That's his
too
name.
was clever.
untamed. I
Too
like that, I like
untamed.
that.
That's an insult.
Wow.
I also didn't like the way you called me white earlier.
Which
I
one?
think
I
you
should have
need-
called you black. Next time I'll remember.
Thank you.
DJ Black Gabby, you're Black Gabby, you're
Yeah. Did I air all my grievances?
I
got
think
all
so.
three.
I think you got everybody. You
You
got
don't want to
everybody.
air one about yourself. I feel like that's
Oh,
only
okay.
fair.
Gabby, you're such a beautiful woman.
Oh, sweet God.
Oh
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is so kind and honest and pretty.
Wait, I just realized Laura's actually.
All right, Amanda, you got to get something off your chest. I'm sure you're something you're angry about or something. Maybe no,
Not really.
really, nothing.
I mean, I did pull an all-nighter, so I'm mad at myself.
Hmm.
I'm very tired.
It's okay.
But I don't
happens.
have anything wrong with anyone here.
You don't have to attack anyone.
Yeah,
just in-
we're-
Oh, in general, what's just going off?
Gabby was just bullying everyone.
Peeves.
I was airing grievances.
What grinds your gears?
Yeah, you want to know what really grinds my gears? I don't like when there's two things. I don't like when people like when they're chewing and like they chew with their mouth open, but they breathe at the same time. So it's just very like,
They're like,
Ordeal.
you know, it's like it's like that's too much. Like I can't do that.
Why are
Have
they
enough
struggling to eat like
Yeah,
that?
right?
So you're basically
No, it's too much. I
Nah,
get that.
listen, you gotta stop eating
And
ice
I
cream.
don't like my
I'm gonna start
biggest.
eating
No,
like
no
that.
interruptions, guys. Amanda's getting it off her chest.
Oh, I'm sorry. My biggest pet peeve, I think, is like
I was saying this the other day in my class. Gabby was there. When people always have to be right, even if they're not right, just for the sake of being right, that's like genuine pet peeve right now. Like that's
Sounds like
real.
me.
What if you're always actually right?
Well, then
Gabby's like, "What
About
me?"
Gabby.
no, it's
I'm just saying, every time somebody doubts me, then I end up being right.
Right.
So,
You know what-
you know.
Yeah, Gabby, you're so right.
Yeah, what happened in last year's we're gonna call it the Morgan Wallen debate.
That wasn't a me being right. That was me losing a game.
So you were wrong in the game.
I wasn't wrong in the game. I just lost the game because I didn't know how to play.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Jack, I got a question.
Blackjack.
Blackjack.
I just play blackjack for funsies constantly.
That's beautiful. We love blackjack, but I'm curious to see
I am
what
blackjack.
Victor has to get off his chest.
Victor, what are your
My
grievances?
Victor,
Oh, I have some
let it
grievances.
fly, my friend.
Okay. I hate the rain. Can you stop raining right now? Like, I hate the rain so much.
Period.
Especially here, bro, because it's rain plus it's cold. And I'm like, bro, I can't do it with my melanin, bro. I can't do it, bro. I need the hot Puerto Rican weather, bro. I can't with the wet and cold. I can with the wet and hot. Okay, wet and hot is not bad. But wet and cold, bro, no, stop. I can't do it. Like, stop with the rain and the cold. I hate it.
Sobbing right now. Oh
I'm
my
done.
god.
But did you know that means that the angels are up there crying? So somebody must have did something real wrong.
Yo, then stop crying, bro. I stop crying. You can stop crying too.
He said grow up.
Grow up, angels.
Grow up.
She said, "You ever tried being happy?"
Stop tapping into your emotions.
Stop crying. Just be happy. It's easy.
Don't worry.
All right, we got one more person in the shadow realm. Terry,
Hi.
curious to know, get it off your chest. What's grinding your gears?
I'm really having a rough time with finals week. Can we abolish finals week?
Abolish grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abolish grades. Abolish all
School.
of it. School. I mean, school's very important. I'm a school advocate. I'm not a finals week advocate. I haven't slept in years.
Girl, I am like running purely on I don't even know
No,
actually.
no, it's just
like,
vibes.
fumes.
It's just
like
vibes right now.
Yeah.
It's like I hit the airwaves and now I'm just like I'm up. We're
It's a
here.
vibe.
It's morning and we're buzzing. You know.
I'm up.
Awesome.
I'm telling you right now. Once 10 o'clock hits, I'm off.
Girl, I feel you.
Like, on the ground.
Yeah, we're done for the day.
I'm getting bagels later.
Wait.
And then I'm
That's so nice.
Can we hear Laura grievances? Because I just feel like there's like a
Lara's
Pandora's
grievances?
box
Sure, Larry's good.
full of-
Queen.
I want to hear the queen bees
That's
grievances.
currently right up.
Get it off your chest.
I don't know. Where do I start?
You can start with me.
9-12.
You don't
Do
give
you
me.
want some time, Larry? Do you want me to go to somebody else, or do you have something to get off your chest right now?
Let's see.
Oh wow.
That's Megatron. Come on now.
Facebook's coming.
Come on.
Copyright.
Come on.
Bop, 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 bop,
Bonk,
bop,
bonk,
bop, bop.
bonk.
Knocked the right
That
out.
was good. Oh, we're going up. Up the
Okay,
octave.
okay.
Okay, she got it.
Okay. You guys know what I really hate?
Mm-hmm.
I hate being crusty.
Ooh,
I
Like,
get that.
you know when like your lips are crusty or like you go swimming or like you take a
Yes.
shower and your whole body is just parched.
As someone with eczema, yes.
I was just about to say me.
It's the worst.
You got eczema?
I do got eczema.
It'd be rough.
I got
Sometimes
eczema.
Your skin be so dry you could light a match
Oh,
on it
my legs.
sometimes.
Stop it.
Oh,
No, I have eczema too, girl.
don't
I
want
feel
Me
it.
and Amanda are in it
I'm a
together.
crusty girl. I stay being crusty. I'm actually an advocate for the crusty people.
What were you using on your eyes the other day?
I have multiple creams in my bag for my eczema. This is I have many ointments.
You have hydrocortisone?
I do. I just actually
That's
have
fine, huh?
prescription one now because
Yes,
my
so
eczema is so bad.
Same.
So yeah, I am a crusty girl. I'm an advocate for the crusties.
That's the advocate. Amanda getting it.
advocate for the crew.
Look at it. I'm to speak up for my people. Like we get crusty,
Yes.
cold.
I lied.
Yeah.
You know what? At least she's honest about it. You know, I don't know many people who would own up to the crusties. you
Yeah.
know? Like
I am
that's so real.
crusty.
And you're prepared. You have all your
Yeah.
equipment.
Got all
your
your
crease.
We gotta stop calling.
I'm not done.
You the way that Lara wrote down, she wrote moisturize for God's sake, especially when you eczema peeps. What do you want me to do?
Moisturize.
Right? You
Moisturize.
want me to just like
I do.
just like
Gabby, I have it in for your best interest.
no
moisturize.
literally, you don't understand with eczema. You do
You can
moisturize every day of your life. All
it
day and you
burns.
still have eczema. And yes, it does burn, especially if it's on the eyes.
It's
You're
on the back of
molting.
my legs and it's in my arms. And in the summertime, when I work at a restaurant and I have to wear all black and I'm outside, bro, I'm like, just amputate me.
I'm not
JT
done.
is ashy.
By the way,
I can do this right now. I can do this right now, Jason.
Somebody show his legs. Somebody show his
Nope,
legs.
nope.
He is ashy.
Play
all
nice.
over.
Play nice. Play nice.
I-
Laura, finish, please.
I have another grievance since we're just gonna change the subject because I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Festivus pole?
Yes, the Festivus pole, exactly. And the Festivus pole is for celebrating, not for touching people with it.
Whoa.
But with that being said, another one of my grievances is Montclair State Parking Services. I'm
There you
sorry,
go.
you don't need to give out that many tickets. Get something
did.
better to do with your life. And stop charging our parking passes to be $250, $400 because are they doing anything? No.
Let them know.
You're gonna give me a ticket anyway.
There's also
Yeah, girl.
barely any parking, so why make us spend $400 for like 3 spots? Like,
Spend money for parking. If you're gonna make me get a pass, if you're gonna make me spend money for parking, at least have spots available. Okay.
that part.
Clara has a transit pass. Why is she speaking?
Commuter life for 2 years.
That's true.
So, but with that being said, there's no reason to have us pay so much money for a parking pass when there's no parking.
Yo,
I just feel
we need Lara for a feats of strength with parking service.
Lara.
Yes,
Feats
small
of
but
strength.
mighty.
Yeah.
We just like ambush.
She's like a chihuahua.
President Capel.
Capel, the way that you just disrespected
No,
lives.
Listen, we called Investiture Day, Couple Day for so long. I kept on forgetting that's not how you say his name.
DJ Dr. K.
Exactly. You can listen to Dr. K's Final Fantasy. Does he?
Fuck-
Ain't nobody.
fuck
I don't know.
no.
So
He does not do that every week.
Not after that.
yeah, I'm sure you have something to get off your chest here
Yeah,
today.
a
Let's
few
hear it.
things. Okay, so one, the amounts of things that I've dealt with this past year, they sucked. I got laid off from my job. The manager I had was just a
Say it.
no, can't say it. Less
Yeah.
the less words to say, the better for
Good
FCC
job.
purposes.
Good boy.
Parking services, like Laura said, they are a pain in the foot.
Pain in the foot. I'm sorry.
Barking.
I've never heard
John's
anyone
barking.
say that.
My leg.
My ex-girlfriend, she's kind of like
Oh wow. No, we're getting real right now. We're getting real right now.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
wait, because Cam, when did you have a girlfriend?
September,
For context,
How long?
2 months.
okay.
Wow.
With that being said,
Where was I?
okay. Gabby has me in a boot camp, me and my other roommate in a boot camp because she's tired of hearing us mention our exes, whatever. And I think Cam should now be a part of this boot
Yep.
camp. So drop and give me 20.
Everybody who's a part of WMC is a part of this boot camp. If you bring up your ex, you have to do either drop and give me 20, and if you can't do that, you got to do 20 jump.
Cam, you better get down.
I ain't got an ex, so y'all.
Actually, Laura's been better with her boyfriend. We used to hear about him every.
I know, because
Other-
now she has to do push-ups.
Cam's given 20. JT, get it off your chest.
Like I said before, backseaters in general, whether it's a backseat driver, I think the one that annoys me the most is backseat cookers. If I'm in the kitchen cooking
Cookers.
and you stand behind me and go, oh, well, maybe you should have put that in. You're lucky if you don't get grease to the face. That's number
Wow.
one.
That's
Number
aggressive.
number two,
Valid.
listen, I everybody knows that I might not always have the most common sense. However,
Oh, yeah.
if I make it known that I know what I'm doing and you have the gall to doubt it, and not only doubt it, call me out on it, pretty much act like I'm stupid, I might snap. So please, if I tell you I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That is
that's
one way to
all
do it.
y'all
Set your
hooligans.
sources.
He knows what he's talking about, guys.
So yeah,
God.
don't tell me how to cook or drive, and don't tell me that I'm stupid. And you might live
What
to
if
see
I
the
just
next
tell
day.
you right now that you're stupid?
I might go in there and pull the Freddie Benson
All right,
ponytail
guys,
yank.
I gotta be honest. There's something that I need to get off my chest.
Let's hear it.
And some people probably thinking maybe he's gonna talk about Ohio, Harry Potter,
Florida.
Mayo Crusaders, and I say no to all. what I really want to get off my chest and what I really wish would go away is homelessness and disease within this country because we as a nation.
Yo, can someone mute his mic?
It's crazy. Wow, that is wild.
Yeah.
Wow, that was awesome. And then you said, yo, shut up.
That was
That's my
wow.
difference right now.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Guys.
That
I would
was
like to
real.
officially announce that I am running for Miss America 2023.
Ew.
All right.
It was
So
wild.
I didn't really have anything to get off my chest because
The fact that he's gonna participate in the swimsuit section is crazy.
Hey, not for nothing, not for nothing. I've seen my body in a mirror. That would be a privilege to everyone in this room. Okay.
I am suddenly
Um,
blind.
Hey, all right. So let's move on to our
I
next story of the
have
day.
one more grievance before we move on.
Oh, okay.
Yoga pants up in the air. We're not sure, and I feel like
I'm
other
wearing
I
people.
love yoga pants.
I'm wearing
I'm
them
wearing
now.
my
Big fan.
You know what? I Christian would like yoga
As a
pants.
Christian woman,
Do you like yoga pants?
I like yoga pants.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like them too.
I'm wearing them
Not
right
a
now.
Christian woman, but a
I
Christian
love
woman.
We're
nonetheless.
here, and you know what?
They're
Let-
comfy.
Let's talk about it. So we're all cooped up so much more than normal because of COVID. It's also real cold outside, meaning we're gonna have more chances for sure. We're gonna have more chances to wear comfy loungewear, sweatshirts, fuzzy socks, all that good stuff. So some of us throw yoga pants into the mix, like our lovely ladies in the studio, but maybe only feel like they're appropriate for at home or when we're by ourselves. Some people to each their own.
Wow.
But this could be a legitimate conviction or just reaction to the seemingly harsh attitude churches seem to have towards the particular clothing item. Should Christian women wear yoga pants?
Who cares?
Yeah. But before we answer the question posed in the title of this little article here, there are some other questions we also need to address. Are wardrobe choices an indication of your spiritual quote unquote level? Can an item of clothing be considered sinful? Is it realistic to tell women that she can or cannot wear certain things? Keeping the biblical view in mind, pay attention to the messages you are sending, make an honest assessment of your wardrobe, ask yourself what each item might say to people you meet. As modestly dressed, stylish women, as attractive no matter. This is an interesting this.
Do you want me to explain?
Yes.
Okay, so I found this lovely story on r/not the onion or something like that. And this article is from a Christian website.
That's hilarious.
So I put this in here as kind of a joke because I thought it was absolutely hilarious and I wanted to talk about it.
Do you want to know what's
So basically-
crazy about that though?
You had me scared. I was like, I'm about to get canceled on this show.
PSA,
Since
it's a little
when-
bit of a joke.
Since when are Christian women Amish?
Yeah, right?
I mean, you meant Mormons. I mean, they're the closest
No,
thing
I was
to
gonna say because
Amish.
Amish wear like the dresses.
What's wrong with
You're
yoga
right.
pants though? I genuinely wear yoga pants every day.
Understand that? Okay, in like high school, no, not high school as much, but like middle school and all, we were like not allowed to wear yoga pants. Like,
Really?
we got like yeah, we would like if you did if your shirt didn't like cover your tuchus, you would get in trouble. Like they like
Yeah.
made sure it had to cover.
Same here.
And I didn't understand that because like
must be
I don't know.
something
I feel like your body looks the same in,
I was
in
just about to
yoga
say in
pants as
jeans,
it does
like-
like in jeans, you know?
Yeah.
I
Like
think
it depends on it just depends on your figure.
Yeah.
and that part that you just mentioned, it's just the over sexualization of women, and
Truth.
like let's really get into it. It's really not that deep when you're chalking up
Mhm.
your spirituality and your Christianity to an article of clothing.
Also
That
in middle
doesn't make a
school,
difference.
why are we making that a problem?
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm 12.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, that's weird.
Well, it's really funny. Like the whole thing was talking about how like you should wear all of your loungewear at home. I'm literally wearing yoga pants, a sweatshirt, and I'm also wearing fuzzy socks. So the Christian women
You
hate me.
So cute
Oh,
and
thank you.
cozy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We have some more business to take care of, and by business, I'm talking another Grinch story. And who else to talk about the Grinch than resident
Don't you dare put
Grinch
the mask on.
himself?
Don't you put the mask
Hold on,
on.
he's gotta put on his
Hold
mask.
on, hold up. Now put the mask on.
Yeah, big
Let's go.
Mask.
Grinch hands out onions
Oh,
instead
the
of
onions.
tickets to drivers speeding in school zone. Several motorists who were speeding through an elementary school zone on the
What?
Florida Keys Overseas Highway and are reminded to slow down. They received an onion as a reminder to slow down from county sheriff's deputies dressed as the Grinch. Cole Lou Caputo, a 37-year-old veteran of the Monroe County Sheriff Office, who conjured up the concept more than 20 years ago, was back on the streets Tuesday. Drivers who travel about 5 miles per hour or less above the school zone speed limit can choose between traffic citations and an onion presented by the Grinch. Those speeding beyond that likely receive a costly ticket. Caputo said he portrays the fictional character created by the children's author Dr. Seuss to give Morris a gift, but also to call attention in a nice way to the need to obey speed limits in school zones. Caputo said, quote, it catches them off guard.
That's actually kind of fire.
Yeah, you know, as the Grinch, I hate a lot of things. I double hate. I loathe entirely.
But do you like onions?
I love onions, and I
Shrek
love
likes
and I love
onions.
this sheriff who's doing this.
Shrek and the Grinch
But
are
I
really good.
still hate Christmas. So yeah.
Melts in my
I feel like I'm listening to the
Is this
Grinch, but they
Victor?
work at the
Did it
MTA.
Hilarious.
The
Uh,
Grinch,
all right,
wait,
guys.
pause. The Grinch,
It's stupid.
but is this the Grinch pre or post Cindy Lou Who?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
But more importantly, guys, we have to get to one more story.
Yes. The
Our
great.
story of the day.
The great.
And
I had to give this one to you.
It's
The great one.
appreciated. The great state of Ohio, as Ohio man preparing for a apocalypse arrested with a stockpile of unusual weapons.
Explain.
An Ohio man has been taking the TV show The Walking Dead just a little too seriously, as they arrested a man on who was in possession of weapons a zombie hunter may need. Good Lord, English is hard for me. A citizen alerted police about the man who was searching through an abandoned industrial property. When officers arrived, the man was found carrying a large knife in his hand. A search of his vehicle revealed a loaded handgun, multiple magazines of ammunition, more knives, crossbows, modified baseball bats, of course, and other off weapons. According to court documents, the man has been charged with criminal trespassing and improper handling of a firearm. The police department Facebook titled Apocalyptic Hunter Arrested now has over 9,000 interactions.
Ohio's the
Wow.
North Florida. This is North Florida.
It really is.
You know, let the man have his apocalyptic.
I know.
Okay.
Like, if anything, I respect the hustle getting
Because
prepared.
you know what? One day there will be zombies
So true.
and there will be an
I
apocalypse.
thought I could tell my mom again. Nice.
Stop. Me too.
We talking about the Christian story or something? All right. So guys, it's been 2 hours in the books, and normally the program would end, but instead the program stays alive for one more bonus hour.
It's true.
This is
Surprise.
true. Rumors are true.
Happy holidays.
Play off of this.
Yeah.
Days of
Yeah.
I thought we'd do an extra hour
But tell me,
to,
I'm
to
trying
interrogate Isaiah.
Ah!
Who did y'all pay off for this? How did you
Actually, the next host of the show after us normally, I put in the backseat of my car. All right, guys, we'll be back here on the Morning Buzz shortly on 90.3 WMC Upper
Upper
Montclair.
Woo.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our descent, please fasten your seatbelts
It's time to say goodbye as I go into the void.
Good, get out of here. No, I'm kidding.
Isaiah, I hate musicals. Also, Isaiah randomly breaks out into song every 5 seconds.
That's never the musical, bro.
I mean,
Shut up.
still, the coffee's starting to fade a little bit. Still got a little bit left. Got to refill on that. But there's one last time. Victor, my guy, newscast extraordinaire,
Yes.
became a host. Now it's your time to shine. For the last time of the year, send the people off with a news update at 9:02 a.m.
Of course I am, and of course I will. Hi, I'm Victor Muñiz Rosa, and this is the news. In local news, the New Jersey City University is laying off 30 professors and eliminating 37% of their academic programs to cut down $12 million on their expenses. In national news, the House passed a bill to decolonize Puerto Rico by holding a referendum where Puerto Ricans will choose between statehood, independence, and the free association. In international news, Peru judge orders 18 months detention for former President Pedro Castillo after he tried to dissolve the Congress before an impeachment vote. In entertainment news, comedian Trevor Noah is going to host the Grammy Awards ceremony for the third time in a row. The weather for today is raining. It's going to rain and rain and rain. It's going to be cloudy with a high of 43 and a low of 37. The next few days, it will hopefully be sunny. Saturday with a high of 40 and a low of 29. Sunday, a high of 36 and a low of 26. Monday, a high of 39, a low of 27. Tuesday, a high of 39 and a low of 27. Wednesday, a high of 38 and a low of 23. Thursday, a high of 45 and a low of 27. It might rain that day on Thursday, 50%. So this is me for WMSC. I am Victor Muñiz Rosa. Nos vemos.
Victor, it's been a pleasure to hear your newscast.
Of course.
One last.
Anything for you, Isaiah. Anything for you.
My brother. Now, my guy, Cam, 2 years nonstop. We've been interacting here on this program. Started together. Sadly, we will not be ending together. My journey's coming to a close, but yours, honestly, when you look about it, it's just getting started. New major, new lifestyle, new everything. You're growing out the beard, shaping it up from time to time. I appreciate it. Now, one last ride. Cam, the sports world is on fire.
Sportscast country.
Let's
ride. So boom, right?
I hated that.
WMFC will still be active over winter breaks with a number of events happening for the Redhawks. Let's go over them together, shall we? Tomorrow, it's game day, Redhawks. The unbeaten men's basketball team takes on Centenary inside the Parents Athletic Center. Tip-off begins at 12 p.m. and you can catch coverage here on WMSC Upper Montclair. During the holiday season, the women's basketball team flies out to Vegas for a holiday tournament, while the men headed to Sal's University for their holiday tournament. After the new year rings in, on January 4th, the Redhawks are back at home in a doubleheader against the Roadrunners at Ramapo College. Women lead off with a 5:30 tip-off with the men at 7:30. On Saturday, January 7th, the Ospreys come to town as Stockton takes on the Redhawks. Men tip off at 1 p.m., while the women tip off at 3 p.m. On Monday, January 9th, the Redhawks hit the road to Rutgers, Newark to take on the Scarlet Raiders, with the women slated to tip off at 1 p.m. and the men's at 3 p.m. Then on Wednesday, January 11th, the rival Profs come up to Panzer. Women start to tip off at 5:30 p.m. with the men at 7:30 p.m. Finally, winter break concludes on January 14th with the Redhawks going to Union and taking on the Cougars of Kane, with the men tipping off at 1 p.m. and the women at 3 p.m. And then that first day back when the semester starts on January 17th, swimming and diving has a meet where they take on the Devils of FDU Florida. That's all I got here. Isaiah, it's been a journey, and there's gonna be a lot more tearful goodbyes within the next hour. So
Oh man.
yeah.
I ain't crying. I ain't no.
I hope
I
you're
ain't got no tears
sobbing.
left to cry, if we're being honest.
Ain't got no tears left to cry.
So I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. I'm living. I'm picking it up. Picking it up. Picking it up. So we turn it up.
Buzz.
Is it possible to mute my ears?
I have a question for all of you right now.
No questions.
What is that song? I don't know what that was. Is
No
that-
Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande, you uncultured swine.
Ariana.
It's by
for real?
me. Yeah, I'm Ariana Grande.
Ariana, you're here live at WMSC. Your new album coming out, bro?
Yeah.
So cool. Schon voller Album?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Pete Davidson?
No.
Okay.
No
That's
comment.
been I'm saying. All right.
Yeah.
This is the WC Untamed.
What a great sports cast, Cam. I'll never hear one ever again.
That's hilarious.
Just kidding. Maybe one day I'll be back here. But we have a Buzzmas segment. The final day of Buzzmas. It's the most wonderful time.
Yeah.
Talking Buzzmas. Buzzmaka. Kwanzaa Buzz. Happy Diwali, everybody. There's a lot of holidays going on this time of the year, but now we are ranking a characters list of all the Christmas characters that you either love or despise. Blair,
Let's go.
take it away, man.
Let's
Okay,
go.
to read you off the list. Sorry, there was an
Whoa, what?
Not
Okay.
apartments.
to,
Come
read,
on.
to read you off the list, we have Jack Frost, Ralphie from the Christmas Story, Grinch, Buddy the Elf, Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, Rudolph, Santa, any one of them, I don't really care. Clark Griswold,
Oh, yeah,
Griswold. I have never seen that, but he's from Christmas Vacation, Frosty
Yes.
the Snowman, and Jack Skellington. And I know that one is controversial, and that is why I put it in. So we're gonna rank them from 1 to 10, and once we put in our final, like once we rank them, we can't move them.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree. with
Yeah,
that.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Okay.
So
number
order
10.
in my court. We're gonna take this slow. We got this.
I mean, Buddy's pretty good.
Buddy,
classic.
Buddy's pretty S tier if you ask me.
I
He's
think,
classic, and he has candy in his spaghetti.
I think Buddy should be at number.
Number 2.
I put him
I
at
would say three.
Three.
Three's good.
Yeah.
Three.
I disagree.
That's
strongly.
so-
I say
Because I see
two.
So,
And
no,
I was-
actually I'll put him 2, but I see
Good.
one person that definitely goes
We
above.
agree on 2.
Buddy's not that guy.
Shut up.
Well,
You're in the minority right now.
well, we are. We are.
He's always the
Stop it.
minority. Sorry.
For 20+ years.
Behave. So next up, we'll do Jack Frost.
Bro, he's a 7, bro.
Yeah, seven.
Seven.
Like I don't
Wait,
even know.
Jack Frost from what movie?
Exactly.
Because he's been represented at least a good 4.
We're putting him at 7.
I agree. 7.
Santa Claus 3, he'd be a 4. Yeah.
Jack Frost could go to like 0.
No, Santa Claus 3, he'd go to like 4.
Jack give us
Because-
7.
Frost is so mid. If we're being
Propose an
honest.
idea.
Martin Short is just a goat. I don't know why.
Martin Short is a good Jack. Frost.
Listen, I propose an idea. We're in theory, we're not gonna put any of these other ones at 10. So why don't we just put Jack Frost at 10?
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
I agree. I agree.
How you gonna put Jack Frost below Rudolph?
Just because you
Absolutely
have
not.
some kind of connection to Jack Frost doesn't mean he's
Speaking
number
of
one.
Rudolph, I think Rudolph is a good like.
He's us here.
Bro,
He
Rudolph
was
is
here.
easily 3.
no, I'll say 6.
3.
I put Rudolph
Three.
at like 9.
No, Rudolph is really cute, and he saves the day. Rudolph saves the
I
day.
think
He-
Rudolph is very
Yeah, but
nice.
he's not number 1.
3.
3's good.
Okay.
3 or 4.
The 3.
Everyone, if there's one person I'm gonna go to bat for, and this is a childhood memory,
It's not a
it's
person.
gonna be Rudolph.
Thank you.
It's not a person.
He's a living legend.
He's
living
a
icon.
deer.
He saves the
Oh,
day.
Literally,
That's
he
why
saves Christmas.
I almost want
dear.
to put him at 1.
No,
That's
I
what I
don't-
said. That's
Let's compromise and put him at 3.
Fine.
Three.
Okay, we'll keep him at 3.
Rudolph.
Is he better than Buddy the Elf? I think
I
so,
think so. I
but
think so,
Are we
too.
allowed to change our answers at
No.
any point?
No,
No,
not
it's just once we decide, we decide.
so I guess 3.
Okay, we have Ralphie next, and
Classic movie.
Bro, Ralphie is such a. I would put him at 10, bro. I don't like
Ralph's
Ralphie.
like 6.
9.
nah, Ralphie's a 9.
9.
I'm putting Ralphie at a 5. I don't know why.
It's a classic movie, but him as a
Yeah.
character, he's annoying.
I want to punt him.
He's mid.
Yeah, I do kind of want to punt him. Maybe an 8.
Like that's the best way to put it. I want to punt him.
Yeah, I kind of want to kick him.
Should we just put him?
I should be
Okay,
like Sanders kicking down the side.
compromise.
I was just about to say that.
No, hear me out. 8 or 9?
9.
8. I'd say 8. He's not terrible.
9.
Okay.
He's clever, and it is a classic movie.
Yeah.
So we're gonna base nostalgia.
Okay.
off this.
Say I for 8.
Ralphie?
Say I for 9.
Okay.
Well, that
That's
sounded.
so even.
Solved a lot right there.
That's
What
so
about 8?
even.
What about 8?
That didn't
8.
sound
All right, I was thinking 8 too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we actually I feel like we should save this one. For last. Okay, we'll do Mr. Grinch.
Bro,
Grinch is
Grinch.
easily a 2 or 3
Bro,
for me.
Grinch number 1, baby. Grinch, baby.
Well, that's because you're just up as the Grinch. But
Honestly, no.
if you think about
save
it-
Grinch for later. Save Grinch for later.
Technically, Grinch is a 3. I don't know how we have Rudolph higher than Grinch, but it
Grinch.
happens.
well,
Same for later.
I mean, the Grinch.
We'll marinate on the Grinch.
Yeah, we'll
Number
talk about
one.
that.
I was thinking 4, but
Yeah.
Number one.
Here's the thing with the Grinch, he's just so iconic.
He's iconic.
Like, and at the end of every movie, he always finds a way to like find joy, which is
He does.
hilarious.
I feel like we can't fill the number 1 spot because it'll lose all the suspense.
Oh, I know.
So I think we should mosey on over to Kevin McAllister.
Oh, 10? Like, who even I've never seen Home Alone.
Never. Whoa.
Amanda, how are you so uncultured, bro? Like, come on. Bro, why are you doing on Christmas, bro? That's what they that's the only thing they put.
I'm watching.
Bro,
Family
watching
watching Emmett
Christmas
Otter's Drug
Story.
Band Christmas.
No, you gotta watch.
I'm
Home
watching
Alone.
Christmas Story.
No, bro.
I think that's-
No wonder. Stop.
I think Kevin is clearly.
No, you gotta watch Home Alone.
It's like middle of the ground.
I think Kevin
It's 5.
I
Yeah.
would give Kevin a 1, but I know I'm gonna be beat out.
Who you gonna put above Kevin?
Everyone else in the list. Like, he's a
Wow.
5.
Amanda.
You say that, and it is Clark Griswold.
Watch it. You don't know.
Terry,
You don't know.
Here, I'm ruminating on this chaos here.
Oh,
I-
Kevin.
She's using scholar words.
It's on the lower tiers
Thank you.
for me.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
Nah, bro.
yeah,
Kevin's a 5.
in comparison to the rest of this list, he is a classic character, but
he fought off bad guys.
he did.
He's
did.
miles ahead of Rudolph.
He fought off home intruders
Exactly.
That's real.
at 10 years old.
Rudolph.
Nah, Kevin's
Okay.
Kevin
He
4.
was-
Tier.
He was an orange man.
I'll give him
He
mid.
didn't get robbed.
Yeah, he's a solid 5.
5.
Kevin is
Can we-
4,
can we
4,
compromise
5
on-
at best.
Yes,
We'll
5.
comp.
Thank
We'll
you.
comp.
He's
I'll
a
compromise-
5.
I'll compromise.
Okay, next we have Santa. I don't know which one.
9.
Santa is a
9.
4, bro.
It's
Santa.
Santa.
Tim
Sam-
Allen.
Tim
No.
Allen Santa, bro.
Tim Allen is a 1.
Let him speak. Let-
Santa is
A 7.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
what?
Santa Claus.
Santa,
New
bro.
Jersey,
say 8?
Santa's just kind of like the same. It's like he's like your base flavor.
He's
He's in
Okay.
every one of them mostly.
Superman.
Fine.
Every
I,
film.
but I feel like he needs to be a 5, so because he's so just middle. It's Santa.
See, yeah, Santa is cool, but his portrayal in every movie is mid.
Unless Tim Allen is the only good one.
It's one movie.
Okay,
That's
so
the only good one. That's the adaptation of Santa Claus. That's one single.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tim
Yeah,
Allen
and
is the
every
only good one.
adaptation, they all are mid.
Okay, what about the SpongeBob SquarePants Christmas special with Santa on the end?
Myth.
And he's going crazy and shaking his head.
No, no personality.
Have you watched the Tim Allen? Gabby.
Wow, this is
Tim
so
Allen's
great.
the only one with personality.
Exactly.
JT.
That's all I needed to hear.
That's the thing. Like that's one adaptation of Santa.
That's
There's
what
so
I'm
many,
saying.
and most. all
I
of
just
them are
needed
mid.
that acknowledged.
That's a 6. That's only 6.
Let's move on. I just needed that
How about we
acknowledged.
stop talking over each other so we can hear each other? That would
No,
be
that's
great.
real.
So I think Santa should be a 6 or a 7, and I'm
Okay.
leaning more towards a 7.
I'm going 7.
Let's go 7. Let's go
Perfect.
7.
Y'all were like Santa's cool, but he can't act.
That's
Yeah, yeah, that was our.
every
Yeah.
Santa in every movie. He has no personality.
All right, I have an idea very quickly.
What's up?
For Clark Griswold,
I'm
the
putting
Shadow
that-
Realm will decide where
that-
they go.
that's it.
I agree.
Ooh, okay. Clark Griswold, bro. I've
Nine.
never seen Christmas
I'm gonna be
Vacation.
so real with you. Neither have I. I
It's
don't
a
think
good
the Shadow
movie,
Realm-
but
I've seen clips. It's funny. He's a 9 or a 6.
he's a 9.
That's the biggest.
But you know
And you're not
what?
in that room.
I
No.
feel that somebody else deserves 9.
But we don't have to give like each one like a separate thing, right? Like, can multiple people be on one route?
Nope.
Oh, so then maybe a 6.
Six
For
is
me,
good.
he'd
I
be
think
at a
six
10
is
because
good.
I don't know him.
The Shadow Realm is decided.
I think he's fine. A lot
Well,
of people like Christmas
Guys, I just
Vacation.
took a quiz and I got one question wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So 6.
I have to take that.
So Clark
Nothing to do with the program.
is that
Frosty the
a six.
Snowman.
Anyways, I just felt like I needed
Next.
to share that.
Frosty is a 4 because he's so nostalgic.
Okay, Frosty's a 4.
Frosty's like an 8. I'm sorry.
No.
Bro, it's a 4. Frosty's a 4.
Frosty
is like
he's so sweet.
mid.
Frosty's wholesome. He
so
he
mid.
sings me happy
know what?
birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's just
You're gonna put Jack Skellington at 9 because I know you're not putting Grinch there.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know that.
Oh.
For me, Jack is a Halloween
That's-
character. He's
No.
not Christmas. That's Halloween
Well,
versus-
actually, Jack as a character.
Dressed up as Santa.
Jack as
He's
a
Halloween
character.
How do we feel about his adaptation of Santa?
Jack,
That's the movie.
Fire.
Hear me out. Jack Frost commits identity fraud.
Jack as a character.
Theft.
As a
It's a crime.
character,
Jack
he's
Frost is the
Halloween.
worst.
So he
As a
deserves the 9.
movie, as a movie, it is Christmas.
But that's why movies.
You are absolutely positively incorrect.
Wow.
Jack is a
Liar.
9. Jack is a 9.
There's
For
no
Christmas
shot.
is literally both.
It is both.
We're not talking about movies though. We're talking about him as a character.
Yeah, and I
Well,
feel like
he's-
it's just wrong
he's
to put
mid.
him at number one.
Oh, it's so wrong to put him at number one, but why did we put Frosty the Snowman at number 4?
Why do we put Clark Griswold anywhere above 10?
Christmas.
I have
Like,
many
who
points
is that?
to agree with you.
Christmas.
JT.
For Christmas.
I don't
Frosty
care.
all the way.
They're wrong.
There were so many characters that I would have put above Frosty the Snowman.
I would have put Frosty at 1, low key.
Frosty.
He's just wholesome.
Cute, but he's mid.
Yeah.
He does melt. so
Frosty's
there's
like a
that.
7 to me.
Olaf would be like a good.
Olaf is like the
three.
1.
I'm surprised like
undisputed one.
Heat
Nah,
Miser
bro.
put it
Grinch.
on.
Grinch number 1, bro.
I heat
It's like,
miser.
who's number one?
Anyway, so Jack Skellington's going at 9 then.
Christmas.
Yeah.
He's
And
not
then
a
there's
Christmas character.
Grinch.
The Grinch is number one.
At
The
number
Grinch.
one. The Grinch.
All right.
This
so
list is so
I'm-
wonky, but hey, it was a compromise.
that's too bad. That is way too bad. But I'm going to read the list. Number 10, we have Jack Frost. Number 9, Jack Skellington. 8 is Ralphie. 7 is Santa. 6 is Clark Griswold.
I gotta look
5
at
is Kevin McAllister. 4 is Frosty. 3 is Rudolph. 2 is Buddy the Elf. And number 1 is the Grinch.
Personally, I would
The
in-
Grinch,
in-
baby.
In my list, I would switch Buddy the Elf and the Grinch. That's just me personally.
Oh, okay. You know what? I feel that too.
Yeah.
That is such a
What's
basic
happening?
answer. Every time I ask somebody what their favorite Christmas movie, it's Elf.
Elf is so
It's
good
Elf.
though.
Elf or the Grinch.
Yo, my favorite movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It's like
bro.
I'm in a store and I'm singing.
Sparrow's great.
Or
Real.
bye buddy, hope you find your dad.
Even a top.
Thanks, Mr. Norwal.
Yes, actually.
Nah, bro.
I don't think so.
How the
That's
Grinch
just
Stole
your
Christmas
Isaiah
is
and your
the
takes
best
are
one, bro.
mid.
I agree.
I think Elf is a fine movie. I think it's at best like a 6 or a 7.
I
I
feel
think
that.
Elf is a number 1. It's like a number 2 because Grinch is number 1,
Oh,
and
thank you.
then
I still think Rudolph needs to be number 1.
I love Rudolph.
Well, I can't
Rudolph's
defend
the
you on
goat.
that.
No, the way I'm with you on that.
So here's the so this is the official
Me
list.
too.
This is the official list. Can we go around and, like get everyone's
Nah, that don't take way
That's
too
gonna
long.
take
So
so
that will-
long.
We will be here till
Or just give the number ones.
Yeah, just give it over. My one, clearly Rudolph without a doubt. It's not even close, actually. Cam, you're up.
Give me Buddy the Elf.
Lara,
Buddy.
JT,
Grinch.
Terry.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I think I'm also gonna say Rudolph.
Mhm.
No, I'm gonna say
You're-
Frosty because
okay.
he's sweet.
Happy
Uh,
birthday,
Gabby?
Kenny.
It's actually a tie between the Grinch and Buddy.
I
So
like a good tie. Amanda.
Yeah, I'm tied between Buddy and Rudolph.
I feel like it's not even worth asking Victor, but Victor, who's number 1?
Bro, the Grinch, Jim Carrey's Grinch, bro. He's the
Big,
best of the
big,
best of the best of the
big,
best of the best.
big.
God did, bro. Let's go.
God
You
did.
are a super fan.
They
It's
heard something else.
Grinch,
Juice
bro.
WRLD did, and
Yes.
Mariah Carey, because we're gonna
Oh
play
God.
everyone's favorite department store theme song. That's right. All I Want for Christmas. We'll be back here
She's
on the
thought out.
morning season finale edition.
Ah.
chaotic edition of the Morning Buzz in the history of Morning Buzz as people are leaving the program. Gabby has said goodbye for this year, but she'll be back next year, I imagine, on the
semester.
program that is the Morning Buzz. What a time to be alive. It really is truly an honor to be here one last time. And now we're officially in the brothers room. We got Cam, JT, and me.
Excuse me.
Respect of her name. Resident seasonal brother.
Don't
I
be
was
rude.
getting to
No,
it. Your resident seasonal brother right now.
Brother.
All
Brother
right.
Cardi. Hi.
So,
Hey guys, it's Chad. We got a mixer tonight. It's
Hey, what's
gonna
up,
be
bro?
crazy.
If you don't have girls and white claws, you can't come in, bro.
bro,
Find the line.
bro.
Find the line.
One more time. Bro. All right. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
We got through our last edition of Buzzmas. That was the time to be alive. But apparently, Barry's gonna look back at the WMSC semester. That
Yeah.
was.
So we had a very, very chaotic 2 hours. Let's everybody
We
take a
did.
breath.
Ah!
Yes.
That's not what she meant.
Thank you, Cam, for being so calm and so somber all the time.
You're welcome.
We're gonna take a little, we're gonna slow it down a little bit. We're gonna do a look back on the WMSC fall semester.
Can we play some nostalgic underscoring?
Shut
Maybe.
your Rudy Poo mouth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women of color are speaking now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
So here on the Morning Buzz, we're going to look back at the semester and talk about all the things we've done here at WMSC and for ourselves. So we started off the semester with our broadcast of President Coppell's investiture on September 15th. Next,
that long ago?
I know, it
Good
was
Lord.
crazy how we got here. Next, we had World College Radio Day, October 5th. Great time.
LOL.
So fun.
A few members of WMSC had the chance to attend the Marconi Awards. Shout out to them in NYC and the CBI Awards in Baltimore at the end of October. On November 8th, the news team covered the midterm elections here on WMSC. Here on the Morning Buzz, on the week of November 29th, we had some very special alumni come back and host the show for Alumni Week. The Morning Buzz turned 8 years old on December 2nd.
Happy birthday.
Here we are on the last show of the semester. Crazy how we got here. And Isaiah, icon, legend, and star producer, man, is graduating. But
king
we're
of the
going to talk
program.
about that later before I start getting sad.
Oh.
But
Ooh.
to turn the mood around, since we are a music station,
La música.
what has been your favorite song of 2022? Who wants to start?
I got you.
Oh my
So it all started back in January. There's a song I was down in Florida, right? And I'd never heard of this guy before until I got down there. Leon Bridges, right?
Ooh, good one.
I heard Steam. I'm like, this song is fire. So like, the entire day when I was down there, I literally played Steam the entire time. Then I had it on repeat. When I was taking the flight back, that was the only song I was playing. I didn't sleep at all. I was just bumping Steam, trying to learn all the lyrics because that song was just too fire. And I think that really became the staple song for me. It's actually my number one song on Spotify. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who else wants to jump in? Y'all
We'll go
in the
in
main.
order. Larry
Yeah.
up next.
Is it a song that came out this year or just oh,
Favorite song of the year.
you know what? I'll do both. Why not? So my favorite song that came out for this year was probably Sleepwalking by All Time Low because I haven't been listening to a lot of new songs recently after my top artist got canceled. I don't want to talk about it.
Yikes.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
a piece.
Moment of silence.
Hey, Kanye fans feel you, bro.
It's true. Me and
So
Victor
real.
are crying right now.
Yeah.
It's a rough time
Me
to be a
too.
Kanye fan.
Yeah.
A
yeah.
former Kanye fan.
Former, exactly. Important, former.
Very important.
But
JT?
She wasn't done.
Oh, I thought you were done.
She's
I'm
so-
sorry.
actually, that's my final answer. Yeah.
Your final answer?
Yeah.
If you listen to Spotify Wrapped, apparently Abandoned by Rod Wave was my top, but I don't think that was the case for me this year. No. I think the number one song that I repeatedly searched in my search so many times, it was and also All Time Low, but it wasn't Sleepwalking, it was Monsters, because I used to love that song a lot. I used to play it, then I forgot about it. And then somewhere down the line when I reconnected with the 2005 emo in me, I reconnected with
You know
that song.
Hunter Face? Did we all have that phase once?
No.
Yeah, I'm still in it.
Yeah, tune into my emo phase Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. here on WMSC.
There's a show though.
Yeah, by the way, I feel like I'm gonna expose our host. He decided to make fun of everybody at the station who listens to emo music yesterday.
Who did?
Hey, bro, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
He said, and I quote, "It just seems like everybody at the station listens to
The
a
same
certain
genre
kind of."
music.
But here's the thing: we,
That's the rock and
You know
alternative
what's crazy?
station.
I was gonna say that, Tara.
I feel like we all have such diverse genres. Like me, I listen to every genre.
But
Laura,
wow.
I don't think you only listen to pop punk.
I don't, but that's so crazy. We're an alt station. Wow, that's so crazy. Who would have thought?
I bet Isaiah listens to Christian rap.
That's what I thought so
Hey,
too.
hey, Butch Rap is actually kind of fire.
Actually,
Hey, Lecrae be going to
He listens to gospel. What are you talking about?
Hey,
The Lord.
Hello, God did.
chill.
Because Christian women shouldn't wear yoga pants, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
As a man, I would love to speak upon what women should wear.
Wow.
Jake
Ron
Paul.
DeSantis? No I'm kidding.
Oh no,
Just be a politician.
rough time to wear a Miami shirt.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go into the other room. Well, I guess I'll go.
No, save you last.
You said go to the other room. They said, "I'll go."
No, save you last. Victor, one of you, take over.
Well, I think it's kind of obvious, bro. I gotta say, I wouldn't say top song. I would say top album. Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny. That really, took over my playlist. Like when he put that out before the summer, bro, I heard that during the summer in Puerto Rico. I'm still hearing that album, Un Verano Sin Ti. But if I had to pick one song, I would say Titi Me Preguntó, which is a banger song. And yeah, I know you guys wouldn't listen to it. I know Isaiah is cultured.
I thought
So,
I gotta start shaking my behind now.
yes.
Taking your daring air.
Titi Me Preguntó, guys, by Bad Bunny. I would say is the top song of 2022.
Beautiful.
What about you, Amanda?
So my top song of this year on Spotify is Fruit by Marina. Yeah,
That's very excited.
So good.
that's my top song of the year. But I'd say like my favorite song of the year. It didn't come out this year, but Spiderhead by Cage the Elephant is my favorite.
Cage the Elephant's great.
Yeah, I love Cage the Elephant. They were like my second. I think they were my. I think my order went Marina, Lana Del Rey, and then Cage the Elephant in my Spotify rap. Wow.
I realized what my favorite song that was released not this year, and it's recent. It's Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's been.
Oh yeah,
Playing
I'm
my
Lady
country.
Gaga stan, Miss Girl. So I feel.
Oh, I know.
Is this
What?
the Wednesday song or am I-
One of them, sure. It's just so catchy. And Judas also scratches an itch in my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real.
Yeah.
All right.
Amanda with that Marina.
Yes.
You wanna
Gorge.
you
But
wanna
yes,
hear mine?
Yes, Terry, tell us.
Okay, I'm just gonna start off by
Thanks, Terry.
saying I don't use Spotify. I am an Apple Music
Me
user.
too.
Okay. Solidarity in the very few numbers. They said that my top song was Te Guardo by Silvana Estrada, but I think it's my top song because I played it so much so I can learn the words because I can't speak Spanish. So,
Oh, wow, you were convincing because like you sounded like you were fluent when you just said that.
no. But my second one is Fired by Remy Wolf, and that one I really loved that one this year. It was so good. And I think my top artist was Sammy Ray and the Friends, but I love her. She's always gonna be my top artist. So yeah,
Spice Boys
that was
Zay Zay.
mine.
Spice Boys Zay Zay. I would say definitely Bad Bunny. Pretty much anything Bad Bunny.
Let's
I
go.
was rocking with, but the theme song of my show, All the Feels, which is no longer available on WMSC 90.3 Upper Montclair. Peace and peace to that show.
You're
What-
not
what-
bringing
what
it
are we
back
on?
as an alumni show?
No,
Loser.
we're going rated R. I'm just kidding. Ojitos Lindos. That is my theme song of
He
the
played
show.
it earlier, yeah.
I played it earlier, and I think it's just a song that'll get you in the feels a little bit, and hence why it's on the show. All the feels.
Those
There was a song.
He has feelings.
Yeah,
There was a
Ojitos
song-
Lindos.
He
there was a
does?
song that-
That's
no,
crazy.
Feeling?
Annabella actually put me on. I'm about to find it because I
Annabella put you onto a song.
Our lovely general manager.
I'm very.
Secondly, though, would be the Star Spangled Banner because I love America.
like,
Yeah.
Just kidding.
the song's called
Don't love.
Just kidding. I actually hate it.
I-
Anyway,
the song's called Same Old Story by Maxi Trusso.
Oh, shout out to our fearless leader, Queen of Argentina herself.
I'm telling you,
So real. I do want to ask a question if we're not talking about songs anymore.
So
What was your
Sure.
favorite thing to cover this semester?
that's a good question.
On campus, off campus, any
So,
story?
I think the biggest thing I'm gonna go first with this, and this is something I have to say because as a sports director, we did not have any sort of coverage for any other sport besides literally football and basketball. So what I thought my favorite thing to do was exploring the other sports, soccer, field hockey, giving more coverage to other sports because I thought right there those sports right there they're good sports. They're sports on here on Montclair State's campus, and on top of that, the soccer girls are very appreciative. We actually got some of them joining the station pretty soon. And the field hockey girls, they really love the fact that WMC was able to give them some coverage, and it was just awesome to see just them being so appreciative of us going out of our way to cover them. So
Love it. Support college athletics and
Yeah.
also support women's sports because in order to get more exposure, you actually have to go listen and watch them and
yeah, exactly.
create the same opportunity that the men have.
And you also got to think this is the 50th anniversary of Title IX this year, so it was very important to definitely give that sort of coverage.
Progress has been made, job not done. Lara,
Hi.
we've covered a lot of things.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to
ranging
start.
From wars to viruses.
To more wars.
It's been a tough time, but what was one topic you really enjoyed?
One topic or like
I
one?
guess? What did you enjoy? You know what? Just about the entire buzz this semester.
Just strong enough.
Oh my God, I don't know why. I really liked two things. I loved World College Radio Day. I thought that was a lot of
so
fun,
fun.
and it was such a pleasure to host it and have a good time on the buzz. And Alumni Week. I don't know why
I
even
wonder why.
even actually you're
Yeah.
incorrect. My favorite alumni is Ryan Trick, so you're all wrong.
That's what I was thinking of.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, Alumni Week was very fun to plan and have them come on because I feel like I always say there's no kind of love like Buzz love, and I feel like we all just really support each other even after you graduate. And having to talk to the alumni and connect with everybody it was such a great experience, and I'm glad that mostly everyone could come on for that week.
Yeah.
Well, 4 days, but
Sorry,
it was a lot of fun.
Monday crew takes over.
So thank you to our alumni and thank you to our Buzz team, Isaiah, because I think they've really knocked it out of the park this semester.
Yeah, I would like to say something to y'all specifically. Y'all killed it. I texted you about this last night.
I know, I was so
Like,
sweet. I saw a text from Cam and I'm just like, oh.
y'all over the semester, y'all absolutely just killed it all semester. Just being the last 2 semesters really, just being able to hold it down, hold the fort, and just produce a great program throughout.
Great program. Love the program.
Thanks.
Live and die for the program.
Exactly.
I really thought Thursday was going to be the last time I heard the term program.
Oh.
I see. I was wrong.
JT, we've gotten to know each other quite well this season, and I'd
Oh,
love to
yeah.
hear, what did you enjoy about this year?
What did I enjoy about this year? I loved growing. One of my favorite things about the buzz, I feel like I would not be the host that I am. I don't even think I'd be the WMSC member that I am without my start at the buzz. When people get started, I always recommend the buzz because I just feel like not only is it a great way for you to get to know and connect with your coworkers, because what better way to get to know people than spending 2 hours every morning with them? Like,
Exactly.
but I genuinely think that in terms of favorite thing to cover, we've covered a lot. Some things I don't necessarily enjoy covering. Like if I ever see January 6th period,
Reagan's coming from the White House.
my brain might split. But I think I generally do enjoy the weird news. I really do enjoy it as much as we are a news place, and I have to put the same respect to the hard news as the weird news. My favorite part about the weird news is finding that one oddball 9 times out of 10 meme that relates to whatever the story is.
Shooting somebody for Popeye's chicken.
Oh yeah, I totally relate to that one.
Took me out.
I have one
Literally.
that trumps all.
Oh, let's hear
So for Alumni Week on Wednesday, we had Kyle
Oh
Papatone on.
God, I heard about this.
And I gave Kyle this story and I just went, if anyone's gonna do it, it's Kyle. And it was Pope says nuns also watch adult videos, and it was very funny. Yeah, Kyle handled it great, and it was just really hilarious.
Victor, I'll tell you, if we got that story,
That's why I
You
did
know what's crazy is that story. I don't know if it happened maybe like the day before, but I saw the headline there was not a chance I was going on the Monday schedule.
It's funny.
It's-
Isaiah, it's funny.
It would have been great. It would have been great.
It's that story was like from a few weeks ago, I'll be honest. And we were about to report it in Baltimore when we did the Morning Buzz crossover from when we went to CBI in Baltimore. And we almost did it, but we ran out of time. So I was just holding on to it. I went, I'm gonna use this at some point in the semester. And the way I was producing for Kyle, and I'm just like, this is my chance.
This is that's the perfect time. That's the perfect time to use it. Perfect if compliment was the perfect.
Oh, I
person
know.
for it.
That's why I did it.
I'm
Let's
saying,
travel to the other room now.
Shadow room.
Ice-T, Terry Dickerson.
Why would you call me
Let
that? Why would you say that to me?
I forgot.
I mean, do you prefer DJ Dicky?
You know what?
Scary Terry.
All of the above. Call me what you feel, as long as it doesn't make me cry. But anyways, okay. This semester was really fun because of my first full semester with WMSC and with the Buzz. So I think my favorite thing was World College Radio Day and the investiture, just because I had never done live coverage like out on in the elements in nature. And that was super fun. It was really like a defining moment in me learning how to be a good personality and things. What else? I think also I love that I get to be with Gabby for another semester this semester. And I think being her co-host and developing our relationship on air has been so fun. So yeah.
Ooh,
Lovely.
What
Amanda.
did you appreciate about this year?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Amanda,
Oh, okay.
You are the only Amanda.
Oh, sorry.
The Amanda Bynes show here on the.
To be fair, I didn't hear anyone say my name, so I'm sitting here like la la la, and everyone's like, "Girl, you gonna go?" Or are we talking about just Buzz in general, or like radio?
It could be both, man.
Either or.
Okay.
Whatever floats you.
Whatever you
Um,
prefer.
I guess for me, like two things. One, probably being World College Radio Day, just because, like Terry said, this is like my first full semester being a part of radio and being able to meet everyone and like doing the long morning buzz that day was really fun, and all the activities were really cool, and getting close with everybody was really fun. And I'd say hosting my own show and getting that on air is probably like my favorite thing that I've done.
What's your show and where can people find it?
My show is r/relatable on Fridays from 10 to 11. So right after this on Fridays.
She's hard at work.
I am hard at work, and I pulled an all-nighter, so I have not slept yet.
And that's r/relatable.
And that is r/relatable.
Nice.
This is the time to tell you people, please take care of yourselves, listeners. Please
PSA.
sleep.
If you want to. If you want to.
If you want to.
If you
I
want.
feel like that's the one thing that doesn't need a call to action thing, but okay.
All right, Victor.
Yes.
What's your kind of favorite part about this semester?
Well, I think, obviously being able to host two shows that are very important to me, the Morning Bus and obviously Aquí Planeta Tierra, Fridays 12 to 2. It's been very great, not only, producing the great, producing Aquí Planeta Tierra and hosting Monday Buzz with not only, Cam, Joe Verga, Tanner Price, Keanu Masonet, Danny Crashtick. Obviously
Nasir.
having Isaiah Ramirez as a producer has been amazing also. And I've had a great time, and every time I do Morning Buzz, I feel great. I feel happy. People say, how do I have energy? I'm like, I don't know. It just, it just happens. I have the energy. I don't know. I sleep well. So I sleep my 8 hours. I sleep my
That is not relatable. No.
Who sleeps 8 hours?
me, bro. I hit that melatonin. I'm done.
Popping and dropping.
Yeah.
Hopping and
Drop
dropping.
them.
No.
Uh,
No. Isaiah, did you say your favorite thing?
yeah, I was actually I was trying to think the whole time as everyone was.
Oh, just say Monday Bus is the best thing ever. Just say,
No,
bro.
because I host the Thursday one. That's clearly better.
Nah, bro.
I love all
The Pepe arc. Come on, bro.
I will say I love the Pepe arc. Actually, maybe I think that was one of the most creative things that anyone's ever pitched
Oh my
to me
God, that was so awesome.
on the Buzz. It was such like a random thing where Victor's like, "What if you just kill Pepe?" And it was such like a
What?
stupid,
You wanted him to kill
stupid
Pepe?
idea. And I was like, let's do it. And then so he made a video.
It was scripted.
I responded, and then he went out of his way to get everyone to say very, very rude things about me.
No.
Amanda, I haven't spoken to you many of times, and that was one of the first interactions.
I
we had.
know. I felt so bad.
Very mean. Very mean. Not kidding.
I guarantee you, Isaiah was like, I don't even know you, bro.
No, the only
No,
person I
literally.
didn't know was the guy in like the mask. I was like,
Oh.
who's
Oh,
the mask guy?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in that, bro.
Yak Furstenberg? Anyway.
My bad, guys. I will say, I think that was such a fun thing to do, because it's just no one has ever thought of that idea before. Because who would think to kill a pumpkin
On air,
yeah.
live on air.
But
Yeah.
I think the response video was a lot of fun to make.
Oh, so funny.
I think your apology video really knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then doing that live on air as well.
Why was that video so well edited though?
No,
It was funny.
I'm really good at what I do, guys.
It was just a
It
random.
was so good.
It was just a random October week, and all of a sudden, I just see like the morning buzz chat in our Discord start blowing up. And
Yeah.
I see my apology video from Isaiah, and I'm just like, how do we get here?
So many.
I
comments.
love-
Anyway, justice for Pepe.
I love
You're
that.
canceled.
I love that about the morning buzz. Like we are a morning show, but every now and then we'll all hit the same level of feral at 2 a.m. precisely.
Yeah.
And
Wait, wait. Does the morning buzz have lore?
Yeah.
We do have lore.
It does. And it's not often, but when it does happen, it brings me joy because it's just the one moment where just all 5 morning buzz dates come.
Yes.
We do have lore.
Hold on, Queen Bee speaking.
Oh God, here we go.
Or, and that's just a theory.
I've done that since last year. I miss it.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was cool.
But yeah, I would say that was probably my favorite. Just one in particular moment. Obviously, the investiture. I know the audio wasn't coming out that great, Lara,
No.
but I thought we did a
I think we
really
did
cool
great.
time hosting and
Yo,
interviewing random people
that
live.
was so fun.
I
It
think
was a fun experience.
Yo,
we killed the program. We did
Absolutely,
great.
The program's on
being
fire.
a runner for that day was just awesome.
It was
It was
a
just so
journey, man.
awesome.
That was a blur.
Yeah, I also think that is the day I had gotten COVID. And I think that was also the day where my trip to see Rosalia in New York City was ruined by some sick freak. So whoever you are, I will find you yet again.
I will find you.
My dying wish is to make sure your life is miserable.
I'll continue
I-
your search when you're gone.
Isaiah will turn you into Pepe.
Yeah, literally, right in the chat.
Whoa.
But yeah, I think honestly, this semester was really a beautiful journey. As I am saying goodbye, everybody.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll be honest, the song is mid, but okay.
Very mid.
Yes.
Hilarious. That
Oh, what? You did not just say that.
I think my version of singing the song is better. If you haven't seen that video,
that is hilarious.
Baby Cam just singing, yo, and it's the fact that I didn't realize how old that song was until Cam showed like a video.
Bro,
of,
I
like,
need.
12-year-old
Can I see
Cam
that video?
singing
Cam,
song.
send that. Send that.
Wait, what is it?
There's a video of- And he's like 12 in the video. And I was like, wow, the song is really that old.
I'm 21,
Yeah.
by the way, now for the listeners.
I'm 22.
You're old.
Yeah.
We're old.
I'm
Anyway,
pretty much in the retirement home.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm ready to go.
Elderly.
Yeah, true. Anyway.
But yeah,
You're
let's-
Be addict, bro.
Wait, ain't no way I'm the youngest person in here right now.
90.3.
Yeah. But Lara, you have some questions here. I feel weird asking myself.
Want me to
questions.
interrogate you?
Uh,
Oh,
Go
I-
ahead, interrogate me because I feel like we're at that time in the show.
that's what I was thinking too. I almost thought we were gonna take a break, but my brain would
The interrogation
Yeah, I
station.
played it after we played the last Christmas song.
last Quizmas.
Quizmas.
Quizmas. But our lovely producer Isaiah Ramirez is graduating in a few days, which is absolutely bonkers. He is going to get his piece of paper very soon. So I think it's time we interrogate him now.
Yep.
Are you ready for the dreaded question?
Hit it with me, man.
Well, after you graduate, where is Isaiah going to work?
Who's signing? Where's Isaiah gonna spend the next?
I'm gonna be making exclusive content online. You have to pay a subscription fee. I'm just kidding.
was-
Actually,
I
I'm
would say-
working right now part time at Sirius in their sports programming department. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Obviously, it's just like an entrance into the door. Do I think covering sports will be my job 5 years from now? I don't think so, because I don't think that's where I ultimately end up wanting to be. And I truly mean this. Doing the buzz really is kind of like my dream job. Because I've always listened to the morning shows, whether it was with like my mom driving me places at obscure times in the morning because she's a single mom doing her thing, man. But from going from A to B, listening to the Breakfast Club in the morning or Ebro in the morning, because clearly, I mean, I'm listening to hip hop stations. that's just how it is. But those shows like that really influenced me a lot, and I was glad I was able to at least live out the dream a little bit for these past 2 years. But yeah, serious for now. Hopefully I'll have some exclusive show one day, and we can all talk about that
All the fields.
where we started.
Will we be invited on?
Not you, JT, everyone else.
I was,
Oh, poor JT.
JT.
I was gonna say manifesting my own show as well, like you said, and then we'll collab.
Absolutely. I feel dream scenario, right, is we take over a random station. It's just all of us with our own shows.
That would be awesome.
WMC Junior.
That'd be feral.
I'm gonna try to make that happen, guys.
WMC Senior.
WMSC
Literally.
takes over Sirius XM.
Gotta restart the program for Sirius XM.
And
I
we can
said that.
actually
The
get
program.
paid for our hard work.
Exactly. It's called the program.
I said we'll call it the program,
I
like
said that
Cam
one
said.
of my
Let
first
me see
days on Sirius, and I didn't mean to say it because now it's just built into my vocabulary. So the show ended, and I was like, "Wow, that was an incredible program." And like everyone was like, "Yeah, it was a good show." I'm like, "Did I just say program?" I'm like, "No." But then eventually they got to get to know me and all those things. But yeah, it's bad where it starts to just spill into your daily vocabulary. So that's hilarious.
Mr. Program himself.
You see, when you first started, I thought you said pilgrim for the longest time.
Really?
For like a week. I'm like, why is it you saying pilgrim?
Clean out your ears, man. All
That's
right,
bad.
Lara, hit me with your next interrogation.
Okay. What was your favorite part of being an undergrad? Just like your overall college experience.
I got to be honest. Here at when I first started here at the SCM, I was very confused because when I first got here a million years ago, it was a very different type of energy than what the rest of the campus was. And when I got here, I felt like I was back in high school in a sense, where I felt like, no offense, but at that time, I felt like I was the only like Hispanic person walking around here. And it felt
That's-
very much like I was back in high school, which is like the last experience I wanted. So part of me was like, I don't know if I even want to continue in this school, but then I was like, I already have thousands of dollars in here already. So I really doubled down on the whole get your education, finance it yourself thing. So I was working like crazy, not even involved in any extracurricular activities. But when I got involved in WMSC, I started to meet a lot of great people and all those things. And yeah, and then obviously doing the buzz and all those things. I will say special shout out to Crystal, who that was like when the morning buzz really felt like my show, is because I was producing like with that crew in particular. And Crystal, super MVP, and like just her dynamic, amazing.
Miss Crystal.
Shout out to Crystal, lovely human being, and one day we'll reconnect at some point. But Crystal's the man, and the man is the man. What was the question? I feel like I'm just.
What was your favorite part of
Yeah.
undergrad?
I think WMSC, obviously, because no offense to the classes, but I feel like I didn't really. All my furthering of my career in this industry, I guess you want to call it, came from WMSC. It didn't come from Journalism 101. It didn't come from Control Room or anything like that. It's really what you do outside of the classroom. And I felt like this is the perfect learning experience of how to be a professional, how to talk about news, how to interact with a team of like 25 people, how to run like a daily show from Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day.
And we love you all.
Yeah, and it was truly a great experience. And I think that was my favorite part, was everything I did here at WMSC.
Are you ready for the worst question ever?
Oh Lord.
Like truly the worst question ever.
Truly.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, honestly, I feel like by then I'm gonna have my own show. I would have invaded either Sirius, iHeartRadio, or I know Trevor Noah's job is opening up, so maybe I'll go to Comedy Central, host a daily show. No, I'm kidding.
Ha ha ha. So funny, get it? Comedy.
Hey, that would be amazing.
But
Puerto
yeah,
Rican Daily Show.
Slap my ass your knees right
But
quick.
truthfully, I think
There's a fire in the studio. JT said snap crackle pop for real.
You're done.
Anyways, Isaiah, please.
Please continue.
yeah, and then ultimately I think my end goal would to be able to kind of provide resources like this for people that don't have that opportunity in certain areas where you'll never be able to even be on radio. So if I could have like work with the youth or people in high school or entering the college realm and get them started on creating things like this, I think that would kind of be the dream as well. Having like your own kind of production studio and giving a chance for voices that normally aren't heard to be listened to. So yeah, that's where I think I'll be in 5 years.
Amazing.
Maybe a
Nice.
house. An apartment?
That'd be nice.
Oh, a new car. I think the 2005 Honda Civic might hit by then.
Mm.
So maybe a
2006?
nice brand new car.
And that's 2006 house.
Yeah.
2006 maybe.
Yeah, them program tracks.
Yes, sir.
You know?
So you can listen to the program on your way to the program.
Wait,
Yeah.
Program to the program.
But I always like to ask this question to people who are like graduating or alumni. But what advice would you give to us poor undergrads?
You poor people.
Yeah, we are.
I guess advice would be never doubt yourself. I feel like a lot of people, especially in college, as like early on or at any point in their lives, that seed of doubt will always grow. And I know that started to grow for me last semester, where I was like, I'm about to graduate and I haven't gotten like any internships or anything. I feel like I'm just kind of withering away at campus. But I didn't stop believing, kept applying, believed in myself continually, and eventually the world works in mysterious ways. And whether or not you have 1 semester, 2 semesters, 3 years, you're out of college, always have 100% faith in yourself that you'll be able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Definitely. And you mentioned internship, and I know you had an internship this semester, which you killed, by the way. You did great. But what I want to hear some advice on that. Like, do we need internships? How do we get an internship? Like, how important are they?
I think when it comes to internships, you really got to sell yourself, if that makes sense. Like, tell them why they should hire you when you're applying in like your cover letters or everything. Showcase what you've done. I mean, especially like, for example, you, Larry, you're already hosting and producing the
It's not
flagship
about
show
me.
for WMSC.
It's not about
Cam, you lead like a whole sports directing thing. Like, I mean, you guys like really say what you're good at. Like, you guys are all very talented and everything. So, I mean, just keep applying as well, because I can't tell you all the amount of times I was denied by NBC. Like, I feel like I have like an ongoing track record.
NBC Universal is
Yeah.
kind of brutal, though.
NBC is like, you're terrible. And I
Like,
will
thank
say,
you next.
but once you do get into your interviews, make sure you do some research about what you're getting into, and make sure you're prepared for those interviews and whatever questions they're going to ask you. And don't leave that Zoom or that meeting room until they hire you, kind of thing. That
Yeah,
would be my advice on that, I guess.
nice. Yeah. But does the floor have any questions?
Yes, I am a
Zay,
Mormon. Yeah.
will we be seeing any more of you after this?
Taking it one day at a time. Gonna watch the tape. See what? No, I'm kidding. I would like to believe that you guys will hear from me from time to time, and I say this to everyone involved on the show and whoever's here right now. You guys all have my phone number, so I'm only like one text or call away. I'm not dying.
Oh my
I
God,
feel
it's
good.
withering away.
I don't feel so good, mister.
Mr. Buzz, I don't feel too good.
Yeah, but I will say I hope you guys stay involved. Keep in touch. Tell me about your accomplishments. And yeah, I'll say, Cam, it's been a pleasure to do these 2 years with you. Started together. Once again, we're not ending together, but the journey was a beautiful one. We hosted the summers. Whenever whenever Cam was needed to, or whenever we needed someone to host or fill in, Cam was always there. So Cam is really the definition of dedication to the station, whether it's in sports or in this show. I could always rely on Cam. Cam always one text away. You're your big little bro, and I'll be like that forever. Lara, my guy.
You can just say I've been a pain in your butt. It's okay.
You've been quite the human being. I appreciated our time together. We bonded over Twilight memes when we first met, which
That's
was
hilarious.
interesting.
This is the skin of a
Yeah.
killer.
Oh God, no. And Duolingo random videos were sent to me. But you're a very talented young individual, and I'm excited to see where your journey goes, because you're just getting started, bro. I mean, come on.
I'm just warming
You're
up.
just warming up, and I think you're gonna do some great things, and keep doing the buzz. And I know you're gonna be able to keep the ship running, because you already have been steering the ship for quite some time. And I'm excited to see what your iterations are now that I'm like completely gone. It's your show 100%. Do whatever you want. Dedicate 3 hours, just talk about Edward Cullen.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
The morning Cullen.
Oh God. But yeah, truthfully, it was a pleasure working with you. And I'm excited to see how the show continues on. JT.
So
I said goodbye to you on Thursday, so I'm not gonna say anything. No, I'm kidding. JT, you're one smart man. And to whoever is doubting what JT is thinking upstairs and think he's just a comedy bit, that you couldn't be further from the truth. He's a smart guy. He's a hard worker. He's dedicated. So if anyone has anything to say about JT, whether it's through these halls or anywhere around the planet, I will sock you in the forehead on site because that's my guy.
Me first.
I'm a ride or die for you, JT. You're my
Yes,
man. I appreciate the work we put in together this semester. It was a great run here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair for the final time. But yeah, so JT, it really was a lot of fun working with you.
Of course, of course.
And once again, I'm excited to see what your path has next. And I said this to JT, I'm going to say it to you, Terry, because you have the same show. You guys have a very important show when it's talking about POC culture. And I never want to hear the excuse there's nothing going on in POC news, because that is never true. There's always something going on, whether it's the Hispanic community, the Black community, Asian American community. There's always something. So I don't want to hear we played music for 30 minutes because we had nothing. I want a whole show dedicated to the news going on. Whether it could be fun, hard news, whatever. You guys are too talented to just be playing music. Which brings me to you, Terry. Terry, we hosted with each other in the Summer Buzz. And that was such a fun experience because you are hilarious. You're very smart. You're very just fun to be around. I don't think anyone has ever said a bad thing about Terry.
I hope not.
And never once in their lives.
Well, they won't. I'll
but
punch them.
truthfully, that was such a fun experience, Terry. And like everyone else, I'm excited to see where your future goes, whether it's in podcasting, broadcasting, social media, promotions, whatever. Wherever you land up they're going to be very privileged to have you on their team. And it really was a pleasure getting to know you this summer and through the fall. And keep doing your thing, man. It really was a truthful, amazing experience working with you.
Thank you.
Victor!
Yes.
Monica, I can't believe you had the audacity to leave the Buzz on Thursday. You had your chance to stay with me, and you went out of your way to go to Lara? What the heck, man? No, but Victor, you're such a cool guy, and I appreciate that you're bringing just your perspective of life into the show as well, because you're funny, you're smart, and you understand multiple cultures. And I think that is a very impressive tool to have, is to kind of integrate societies between and blend your words together. And hearing you speak is truthfully a privilege and an honor. And I love hearing you talk about important issues and getting loose in the second hour a little bit. But truth, it was a great experience working with you and Cam and the whole crew on Monday. It was a lot of fun. And once again, your future is just as bright. I better see you at Sirius. I know you were applying. So hopefully one day I'll see you in the hallways or something.
Of course. I hope so too.
And Amanda, I've known you for so long. It's been like 8 years nonstop.
No, it feels like it's been forever, genuinely. Like childhood best friends. Like we've made it this far.
Literally. Amanda, I will say I don't know you too well, but I know what people think of you, and they think very highly of you. And I think that probably means a lot more than anything. You're more than just a seagull lover. You're a hard worker. You're a funny person. And your journey is just starting here at WMSC, and I'm excited to see what you do next semester with your show. And I'm hoping you stay on the Buzz with Lara.
You
and
better.
Crew. But it truly was, even though it was for like 3 hours, it was nice getting to know you.
Yeah,
Amanda.
for sure. And I wish you well on your journey.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, guys,
Does that conclude the program?
that concludes the one final program of the year. And I wish to everyone involved.
We did it.
This is the final show of the year for the Morning Buzz. So going into New Year, I wish great health, great education, good vibes, and make 2023 the best year of all your years alive.
We're proud of you.
For one final time,
The year of Jordan, baby.
Year of
23, baby.
ciao, everybody.
Deuces.
No
I'm
I'm Nick Hughes, and you're listening to 90.3 WMSC.